Let's go.
First stop to the next stop. Covering all your sports info. You step in and stand clear.
Let's go.
Don't stop. You got Super Days, Coach Kirk, and Todd the Magnificent.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio, where the world of hip-hop and sports live.
Got that, Kurt?
All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are live. It is Super Dave along with Coach Kirk.
Yes.
All right. Shout out to Surge, the sports stars out today on the men. We have G Money in the building.
What up?
Slick the Relic.
The living fossil.
Todd the Magnificent. Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back in the building, ready to go.
All right. I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Al Pino. His father passed away.
Yo, yes.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
Condolences.
exactly.
My deepest condolences,
Al Pino.
brother.
His father, Jose Pino. All right. Said his father fought a great fight. He was a warrior. And, you know, it's rough. But rest in peace. We're here with you, bro. Again, our condolences to you and your family. All right. I would like to start to say how was your weekend, but you know, some people bask in the glory of the Knicks going fishing, and other people, you know, we got mixed emotions. All right, but what we need to talk about really first and foremost is that they lost, and congratulations to the Pacers. I think they're the better team because you come with what you come with. So if you was the better team, New York, we should have had a game 7 tonight. And
If they would have won that first game, we'd have had one.
Always look back to that first
so
game.
we could debate back and forth. Could be the first game, could have been the second game, could have been the coaching, it could have been the players. There's a lot of things that
All of the above.
right. And right now they're going fishing. So I mean, we could talk about it. I mean, who would like to start it off?
All right, before we get into it, I just got to give a shout out to my son, young Mark. Yesterday, he celebrated his 35th birthday.
Happy 35th
We had a great
birthday, man.
celebration with the
Happy
family.
35th.
Went to church Sunday to see my great nephew dedicated at church on Sunday morning. Then after that, we celebrated with my son for his birthday. We had a great time, the whole family.
Nice.
It's nice.
Blessings. Happy birthday to you, son. All right. Anybody else? Any shout outs? Particular shout outs?
Nah. No shout outs right now.
All right. Well, listen. Well, let's just keep it. Let's just keep it gully. You know, a lot of people are graduating
Yes.
and whatnot. Praise to the graduates because it's June. It's that time of the year. People are graduating. The summer's getting raw and right. We on the threshold of summer. Shout out to Tiny who's in here with us today.
Yes, sir.
Holding it down. Appreciate you. Trying to show some new things. So much appreciated. So, all right, let's get back to the Knicks. Magnificent. You want to start it off?
Well, like you said earlier, I believe Indiana definitely was the better team. We've seen a lot of flaws in the Knicks. Listening to the commentary today, it seem like they're trying to throw a cat under the bus. A lot of shade on him and his defense and what have you. But we knew that before he got here.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. The cat you seen playing with you this year is the same cat that you seen playing with Minnesota, and you knew his flaws then.
Yeah.
So don't bring him here and you lose, and now you want to put everything on him. And the same thing goes for Tibbs. I can't put everything on him, but you as a coach, supposedly supposed to be a defensive guru, and defense was the problem. You know what I mean? And don't even know what happened to Joe. I don't even know if he's in the building where he at. If he found himself yet. Hart.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Ever
he
since
played
they
terrible.
put him coming off the bench, he was gone. They should have left him as a starter. I don't know. It's like he's still on the bench somewhere. I don't know what happened to him. So, I mean, you got to give Indiana credit. For those who don't like Indiana, I get it. You know what I mean? But you got to give him credit. He coached an excellent series. And they just got a deep team and a fast team. And they are a very athletic team. And it showed the Knicks are not very athletic at all. You know what I mean? So you gotta suck it up, and you just gotta come back next year, see what the problem was, see if you could tune things here and there and fix it. You're not far off. Evidently, you can see.
No,
you're not far off.
All right,
So
question.
we see what happens. Yes.
Question to you. Do you think they need to run it back with the team they have?
I tell you the truth, I wish they would have ran it back with the team they had last year before they made the changes this year. That would have been a great team to run it back with. But
You think so?
you can't. I feel so.
I feel so too.
I
agree
feel
with
so.
that,
I
too.
think they would have played better.
I think they would have played better with the team last year
You
because
don't
they
think
was a
so?
little bit more athletic
Randall?
last year.
I think they missed.
No?
I think
Okay.
they missed.
Did
They
did
definitely
y'all
missed.
forget the failures that Randall had in the playoffs?
I understand that.
So
but
then-
but still try. Like you played so well last year, right?
Right.
Bully ball or whatever you want to call it. They played well, like, and he wasn't playing, and they played hurt. They had a lot of people hurt. The problem this year was Cat can't stick. What's his name?
Pascal.
Siakam.
Yeah, he can't
Yeah.
stick him.
They wasn't
He-
checking him though.
Yeah,
yes, he was.
On occasions, but
No.
for the most part, he wasn't.
When Robinson and him started together,
Right.
Robinson was on Miles Turner
Yeah.
and he was on Siakam.
Siakam.
Right.
Okay, so that's a bad move. If they wanted to start somebody, they should start Achua. Achua could stick Siakam. What's his name is a 4 going against a 5, or really a 3
Right.
going against a 5. It's no comparison.
No,
Every
that-
time the
that
ball
part I
went,
agree with you.
every time the ball went up and Robinson or Cat went for the rebound, Siakam was gone.
right.
They caught the ball and wham all day long. No, but
No, I
they
get
were
you. I understand what you're saying.
he was
You got-
Towns was trailing them.
right, but I'm saying he was leaking out
He
the
was
whole
leaking out,
time.
right.
He wasn't going for no rebounds.
Right.
They're used to going for rebounds, so they're gonna leave him to go whatever, and then he just takes off. They get the first pass and boom.
and that's
Like,
and that's a game plan that they were supposed to address.
Well,
Right.
the whole idea of starting Robinson was supposed to be for rebounding and defense, offensive rebounding and defense, block shots. That's why he was in the game. That's why they made the adjustment because of that. Now, was they getting hurt with that? Yes, they was. But
It's a trade-off.
right, it's a trade-off. You
But-
give me defensive rebound, which what's the name don't give you.
Who don't?
Towns. He don't give you.
Yeah,
They get you
outside.
defensive rebounds.
I'm talking about offensive rebound.
Oh.
Right,
He don't
be
give you
outside.
Right.
That's why he
because
don't.
he's
But-
standing outside.
My thing was that was a good move what he did, and it showed dividends.
Mhm.
But he forgot one thing:
Yeah, go on the other end.
Precious. He just forgot Precious.
Yeah,
You could have used
He
him.
should have played him.
I don't know why you
We always
decided
say
that he can't play.
Right.
And the guy, when them guys were all hurt last year,
Mhm.
he
Right.
played very well.
right.
He was very adequate, and that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? So you could have had a 3-headed monster.
Well,
Not to say you had to play them all at the same time, but you could have mixed them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For him not to play at all, to me, didn't make no sense.
it didn't make any
It didn't
sense.
make no sense.
This is my point. Now, some people say he got our coach. The only thing that Rick Carlos did is went small on certain occasions. He didn't adjust to that. Right? You tried to go big and rebound, and when he went small, they outrunning these guys. Just like you said, Pascal was leaking out, and
Right.
he did it about 4 or 5 times.
More than that.
I'm
And he
screaming
was-
at the
and he
TV
was
like,
playing-
"Oh, y'all don't see this?"
he was playing center.
right.
It turned out he was a center. So what do you think is gonna happen when the shot go out?
It's
They
if you don't
going-
get the rebound, right?
Right. And he just turned around and he's laying the ball up.
Right.
So hold up, coach.
Mhm.
You're saying that was the only thing he did. What about running extra people, which sort of forced Tibbs
No,
to
yeah.
put in? Okay, on my TV,
Go ahead.
he forced him by running extra people to use his bench
Yeah.
because his players was worn down
No,
the way they was playing.
No, they wasn't worn down. This is what
Well-
they've been doing all year long. So now you're saying all of a sudden now they worn down. They've been doing these
I'm
games
saying
all
the
year
But-
long.
defense
but Kurt,
that Indiana,
He's been doing it all year long. He did it the year before. And yes, his team, by the time, if you've seen the minutes,
Mhm.
when they showed you the minutes, if you look at as far as their team, the both teams, the Knicks players played 16 more games if you go by the minutes played
Right.
than what the Knicks players did.
Well, the guy who
You
played the
understand what I'm
most
saying?
minutes probably was Bridges, because it seems like Bridges don't never
Yeah,
come out.
but I think
But-
he did he did sit
Mm-hmm.
in spans and spurts Jalen down, and in those spans they were playing very good ball, and then
Right.
they put him back in
Well,
the
those
game.
guys
and
that
you
they
know,
put in
but
run more.
when you look at the overall, I always say this, and this is how I feel about it.
Mhm.
And most of the regular season don't mean nothing to me. When you talk about regular season basketball, to me, I don't count that.
Mhm.
It sets you up for position for the playoff.
Right.
I give you that,
Right.
but you don't have to play your play. Tibbs plays every game like it's a playoff game.
Right. Right.
From the first game to the all 82 games,
Mhm.
like it's a playoff game.
I
And
don't
then
know
you
what
get
he
to the
did.
playoffs,
Like yeah.
and
like,
then what you got left.
like we got to win.
Yeah,
this
you don't
game,
have to.
no matter
All
what.
I'm saying is you don't have to do that.
Right.
I
He
know
don't
what
have
did
to
in
do
game
that.
1 or 2 because
Yeah, but you
I don't know
know,
what he was playing that was like because again, when Brunson was in foul trouble in game 1, and you had a big lead, then you gave up the lead. Once you put Brunson back in, the ball movement stopped. So now
Right.
game 2,
right.
they making a comeback, and Brunson come and I think he took an ill-advised shot. 14
Yeah.
seconds left. You got a timeout. You don't use the timeout
You don't-
to try to set up nothing. The timeout is something that you don't roll over to the next game.
Right.
So why
Use
did
it.
you call the time right to try to set up a better play? Brunson he comes across, pull up like 35 feet, and he chucked the shot where Towns was open on the left, and he missed the shot. And then they fouled, and they lost by 5 points. So they blew it in game 2, just as bad as they blew it in game 1. Game 1 was like just falling apart.
Right.
And then you couldn't even recover by winning game 2.
Right.
So then game 3, you went to Indiana. You were sort of forced to win game 3 because if you would have lost it, it wouldn't even been a series.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Had they won, like you said, had they just took the split,
Right.
Right.
They would have had
they'd had home field advantage.
right. They would
Let
go
me
game
let me
seven.
let me
Right.
let me ask y'all this question because I see this. I just want to know if y'all see this. To me, Jalen Brunson, when he gets in the game, especially when he come out the game and he gets back in the game, to me, it seems like he makes it personal. Like he's playing against like whatever that guy Nesmith was playing him hard. He's getting bumped,
Yes.
and we get all that. You know, he's a tough defender, and we get all of that. But then it seems like when he gets the ball after that, he tried to make it personal. Feel like I got to get back at him.
Right.
Right.
I got to get back at
I
him.
can't agree with that.
Instead of passing the ball to his place,
Right.
he wants to get back at him.
Right.
And I've seen that so much in the in these playoffs. I like, yo, you get it. You got to know how to get your points in spurts
Right.
when it doesn't have to be
Right.
you. When you coming up with the ball because you're the point guard and nobody sees the ball but you, and you
Right.
taking the shot.
Right.
And you did that one time. I think he came down 3 shots in a row. Nobody never
Right.
touched the ball but him.
Right. And they got
It's hard to play with a guy like
You
that.
ain't gotta- you ain't gotta go at him right away.
It was somewhat to the detriment because again, they was like with the plus minus with Brunson in the game, they was like in a minus
Exactly.
in a negative situation, and it stopped the ball from flowing, stopped the ball from moving.
You see it all the time. Them
But-
guys are just standing around.
All right, let me ask y'all. Before Randall got hurt last year,
January 27th, he got hurt. But go ahead.
okay, isn't that what he did last time?
He held the ball
He
a
did the
lot.
same thing. He
He
get
held
the
the ball a lot.
ball. He tried to go through the double team from the free throw line or the
Yeah, he
top of
did.
the key, and he tries to get to the basket, going left. He no hardly ever go right. He tried to go left to the basket, right? And he either like that or he'll throw it out to the wing or force it out. You know, he does. He does the same thing.
He definitely did it.
Now, yes, he granted he got hurt, but the previous 2 playoffs before that, he didn't play well.
No show.
Right?
No, sir.
So now the only thing that I probably missed from the team before was Dante because he gave you outside shooting
Hartenstein and
Hardenstein. Well, Hardenstein played more because Robinson was hurt.
Mhm. But you seen what he could do.
I know we could
Right,
do,
right.
but if Robinson was there, Hardenstein wouldn't have played that much.
So who fault is that?
The
But
Well, they
coaches.
couldn't sign. Well,
well,
No, I'm just saying. If he don't play, if you got
That's
him
the
on
coach.
your team and you're not playing him, that's your fault.
that's true too.
I
That's your
think
fault.
That's true too.
I think that Randall brought more, even though Randall wasn't no great defender, he brought more of a physical presence
Yeah.
to that defense.
How that work for Minnesota?
Well, it worked just
Well,
as
you
good.
ran
It's a wash.
You ran into a team that's
It's
going to
a
be
loss.
crowned the champion.
Right.
That's what happened.
Right.
But at least they got as far as
Well,
they got.
well, either
Both-
way,
both
because
teams-
you know,
both teams.
yeah, because Indiana, well, where we had Towns, and then
They had
even though with the thing, both teams made it to the conference
If you
Right,
finals.
they both
reverse
made
it, it'll
fun.
probably
Right.
be the same. Probably would have been the same result.
You know,
The Knicks
maybe.
probably would have left the time they left, and
Well,
Minnesota left the time
right
they left.
when what's the name Towns was at Minnesota, they had a big team because now you got Gobert, you got Towns, and you bring in Nas Reed off the bench. They had a big team, right?
Yeah.
Knicks don't necessarily have a big team, or they don't use the guys that they got. Let's put it like that. My problem with the coach, with the coach is that their defense, as you spoke about, the pick and roll. This is the way I do, but everybody's different. On the pick and roll, you got to show. You can't lay back and let the guy come off the pick and he's coming at you, because now you done.
Yeah,
if
he's
it's a
coming
good
downhill.
guard,
He's
he's
coming
coming
downhill.
down here. You done.
Yeah.
You know, either he's gonna get a floater or he's getting to the rim. If he collapse, and leaves the guys on the wing wide open. If you up there, you pressing hard off the pick, he either got to go wide to get around you, or he's backing up to give the other guy a chance to come back on it. But they kept backing up.
So let me shout out a couple of people: Tori Mackey, Owen Bryson, Scotty Scott, John Green, Eric Wilcox, Silent Assassin, William Moore Jr., Anthony Silverback Blackwell,
What up, man?
building, Ant Green, John Green. So Scotty said the offense goes as Jalen Brunson goes.
They can't be that
Part
way
of
all
the
time.
problem, right? Because if you don't look for nobody else to score, then Brunson needs to drop 60, a 60 piece. And they was all over him.
That ain't his makeup to drop 60 a night.
But even it's still the same. If
shooting
he's
gets
dropping
30.
6, that means he's shooting all
Right,
the
All the
time.
definitely
time.
gonna shoot,
You
right.
can't, and I tell you, I've seen the Knicks play some beautiful basketball, man. And when that ball moves around, they play so good, they look so good, and
Yeah.
everybody's involved. When that ball gets stuck in his hand, everybody sits there. You watching the TV and you sitting there like this. You stuck too.
No, it hurt.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, what is he gonna pass the ball?
You know what irks me? Is when he tries to push down and then he turns his back and a defender comes to him. Like they come, they trap
Yeah.
him. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
You can't turn your back when someone's
No.
close to you.
That's why
Like,
they're getting stolen. That's why
right.
they're getting
And that's
ripped.
why they getting it, their hands on it, whatever. But
Right.
he has to give the ball up and he has to learn how to move without the ball.
Right,
Yes.
yeah,
You
too.
just can't
Yes,
stand-
yes,
get a ball
exactly.
up
But
and
the
just
offense
stand there.
got
Right.
to change. The
Yes.
offense scheme got
But
to change.
you see in game 5 where they had him off the ball,
Right.
somebody else is bringing it, helped them.
Right.
Yeah, Bridges was handling the ball,
Right.
bringing up the ball most of
And
the time that
now
game.
he's going to the basket. He going down off a pick. He's going. He could do something.
Right.
Then you could make a shot or dish it out.
But let me
But-
say, it seemed like Indiana was a little reserved in game 5, but the intensity of their defense picked up. They was playing them full court. They had a body on Brunson, and it was like they
94 feet.
trapped him. They made him work. He was on my TV, at least. He looked very frustrated. Looked like he was.
Just spending energy that
Yeah,
he
well,
don't
right.
need.
Well,
to
he
do.
was
mentally
turning the ball
tired.
over a lot. Too.
They
And-
wasn't trying to go back to New York. They wasn't trying.
No, they
and
wasn't.
I
You're not
understand
supposed to
it.
come back.
Right.
They
Because
did.
Halliburton stepped up late in the game.
Right.
And I just said I don't understand, and it seems like
Shout out to D.
if
Middleton
you watch
and my boy
Indiana and you
Jackie
see how they
Smith.
play, they get strong in the second half. They don't care what happens in the first half of the game. They get strong in the second half of that game.
Yep.
You know, as long as they in it or whatever, if they got to, even if they behind, trust me, that fourth quarter is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Regardless of the, you know what I
They
mean?
came out.
But
in the
they just
third
be
quarter
yeah, they
and
did in the third quarter. They came out as
29.
gangbusters.
Yes.
But
And-
it was turning the ball.
Turn it, yo.
Right. Turn it over.
This guy, John Starks. I mean, y'all keep John Starks. Josh Hart. It's almost like I was seeing Starks again.
90.
Shooting 3 for 18 or 2 for 18. I'm like, yo, Hart, what do you do? This guy's coming, and he's like, you're throwing it right to them. Like,
what
what are you
the
doing?
three-point shot he took that went, I think it went straight out of bounds.
Yeah.
Straight
Y'all
bricks.
did-
it's
right.
like I was like, yo, what is? I've never seen him like this.
He's one of those guys. You take the good with the bad with him.
Right.
Now he did turn the ball over because a lot of times he's coming down so fast and he's trying to do something,
Right,
and he
right.
just like either he throws the ball
He's
away
losing control.
or he
Like,
takes
go,
some crazy
yeah.
shot.
I'd rather him go all the way, go for the layup.
that layup.
So even if you miss, you got Robinson
Right.
there or
Somebody
Townsend,
else
somebody
pick it
getting
up.
off
Right.
again. But when you go up in the air and you try to throw it,
Right.
yo, them guys is head cutting
Right.
out every time.
because
They
they were sitting there
break
waiting
every
for him,
time.
like
Yeah,
'cause he
they
hit the
know what
ball,
he's gonna
and then he
do.
tried to throw it back.
Yo,
like,
one time
what
he
are you
came down the
doing?
middle. I swear to God, all he had to do was do this, and he threw it out to the corner. Yo, that thing was going down,
Yeah.
but they intercepted that. I was like, yo, I don't care. I don't like that basketball. I've never passed the
So-
ball in the lane like that.
Right.
Throw it out.
So-
and I'm right here. The basket's
And they
right there.
anticipated
Yo, what
that.
is that
I'm
kind of
starting
basketball?
to notice that that's being anticipated.
I don't know
see-
what kind of basketball
Did
that
you
is.
see the break when Deuce is on the left? And if he would just cut to
Oh,
the basket without a layup,
right.
Yeah.
he went out to the 3.
Yes.
And they threw. I
Yes.
was like,
What is that?
and Reggie goes, yeah, that's today's basketball. They go
Yeah.
for 3.
Exactly.
Layup.
No,
layup,
pluck the
layup,
lane, go to
layup,
the
layup.
basket.
2
It
points.
was a 3-on-1.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a 3-on-1.
And
I remember-
they didn't get
and
nothing
they
out of it.
called him out of bounds, even
Right.
though he didn't.
He
step
didn't
out.
step
They
out.
stepped
He didn't
out.
step out of bounds.
He
No,
did.
no,
No,
no.
they
They
didn't
didn't step out of bounds.
Yo, they showed that they've been showing that
Yeah,
thing on.
did not, and I
He
knew
didn't
then
step
he
out.
didn't step out because he
Right.
wasn't that close, and he did not
He
step
did not
nowhere
step
near
out.
out of bounds.
So
So why they couldn't challenge?
Why they could have, but they didn't.
They didn't.
They could have.
they got their butts beat
But-
so bad.
You only
they
got
don't know
one
what to
challenge.
I
challenge.
got a question. Why does it have to be so fast for a challenge? Why can't they just have them look?
You
and
got to
we want-
be okay.
But I mean, like, why does it have to be like hurry, 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 look?
Right.
Like, if you don't catch it,
No, you got to do it before they inbound the ball.
Before they inbound.
Once
Yeah,
they
yeah,
inbound
yeah.
the ball, if they
And
give
you
the
know-
guy the ball, inbound the ball.
Right.
Then
That's
you
over.
can't.
Challenge
Yeah,
over.
you
Either
gotta-
inbound the ball or if they take it a free throw before the referee gives the guy the
Yeah,
Right.
for the shot.
You
Yeah,
gotta-
you got to do it before that.
And one of the assistant coaches also looking at
Right,
it.
he
Right,
has
you
it.
got to look at it
So
before
they
you make
both-
a decision.
Right.
It's like football in a way. They got to look at
And what
it
it was,
before they make
his,
their
his,
decision.
foot, his foot was up, like the heel.
He never was on that
He-
line.
Right,
though.
he didn't touch the line.
Never was
though.
on that line.
I was like, because when I saw the things on YouTube, I said, wait a minute, he wasn't out.
I said it when they made the call.
I
I said he
didn't say
wasn't
when he
out.
made the call.
I said he wasn't out when he
What
made the
about
call.
the pace of the game? That was something else that I think the Knicks messed up. They was playing Indiana's pace,
Pace.
and you can't get into a running game with
No.
them. You had to play your game, and that
It's going to be
Hurt us
interesting
too.
because that's how OKC plays that running game.
But I think
So-
OKC got more guys can defend.
Yeah. Oh, without a
Right,
question.
They got more.
Without
Because
question.
they got somebody
they-
that can play past.
They got
him.
that. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
that up and down game too.
Right.
So it's gonna be
It should be
interesting.
might
interesting.
to
make for a better series, even though we salty, some of us.
I'll tell you the truth. I don't know how good the series is gonna be. I think Indiana may be lucky if they win one game.
yeah, so I give them one.
It might not be more than one
But I think
You know.
they'll be a better opponent than the Knicks.
than the
would be.
next.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You think they're gonna get more viewers because of the small market?
I don't know
No.
if they get more.
No, if the Knicks were
Knicks
there, it
would've
would
gave
have
them
been. It
more
would have
viewers.
gave them more.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
John Green said OKC in 6.
Oh wow.
I think
Tory
it's-
Mackey
I say
said
5.
Randall
I
was
think
playing
it's-
I'm
good
giving
ball
5.
before he got hurt, and the Knicks was blowing out teams. OG and Randall on the wing. There's a lot of firepower there, plus Debo.
Now let me ask you
That's
this because
good.
I got a question.
Mhm.
Why all of a sudden is OG blowing the tire every time he get the ball going to the basket? He gathers himself and he's like he's blowing the tire. What is that about?
What was that game 6 you talking about?
Just about the whole series.
But
He
yo,
was doing-
think about
but that
that.
one game he kept doing it.
He has no
Well-
hands, yo.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's fumbled with the ball. He
Yo,
wasn't.
his hand game is crazy. I was like, what is he fumbling?
Then he got a ball on a fast break. I don't know if he was going too fast. If he went too fast when he laid it up. It was a flat tire there. It hit the corner of the rim. Like he couldn't get on. I'm like, yo, what is it? Like he can't control himself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is. And it seemed like, and every time like he'll get the ball and he take a hard bounce to gather himself, but then he can't go. He either lose the ball or whatever.
Right.
Before he was getting the ball, going up, dunking on everybody.
Well,
Now all of a sudden it's like he can't gather himself no more.
I just want to say that I think I owe him an apology because I was thinking that he wasn't going to play a full season. He never did.
And he did.
And
Oh, he played this year, yeah.
he played it.
Yeah,
So maybe
maybe that was it.
Maybe,
Too many games.
Maybe that was it. I
Yeah.
think he was like, yo, you know, I don't play this long, and like he brought his game a long way. But also that was something where like Indiana was pressuring the ball in Game 6, and they wound up running the ball to him, clock running out, and they was giving it to him like last
couple of
Yeah.
seconds.
Right.
Here,
Yeah,
do
he-
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right, and that was a recipe for disaster. It just didn't work.
Yeah, but the Knicks don't have a lot of people that can make their own shot. Like,
Yeah, it's few.
it's on
very
few. You know.
Very
But
few.
and then Bridges, he was just killing me. He was in the paint, kicking it out. I'm like, go up. You like
he's not gonna go with a physical kind. He's gonna do a fadeaway. If he get
Right,
in the
right.
Always
paint,
fade away.
it's a fadeaway.
Always
It's not.
fade
He's
away.
not going to
Yo.
the basket strong like that.
Always
That's
fade
his
away.
game.
He's not built right.
He's not built like that.
Right.
So I got a question. I brought this up to a friend of mine, and he answered it with his answer. But I mean, I don't know if I should say I wasn't satisfied with it, but You bring the guy. Well, you playing the team. Your team ain't playing defense. You know you need somebody in there. You got a guy like Naismith. He's doing his thing. The Jalen and anybody who's holding whatever they roughing those guys up. But then you signed him to the end of the season. You brought him in,
PJ
Tucker, and
for what?
so he tells me
Somebody else said that.
he told me he was out of
He
shape.
should've got some
He's
burn.
fat and out of shape. He ain't in shape, but you had time to get him in shape for the playoffs.
He was on the Clippers. Wasn't he on the
Yeah,
Clippers?
he was on the Clippers. So
Right.
why is he not in shape? If you brought him there to take up a spot and he's the best defender you might have on the team,
Right.
why not use him?
I don't think it's a
You know?
question of him not being in shape. I just
What is-
think that because Towns don't play the bench, I think that was just it.
Oh, Tibbs.
Because-
Yeah.
Because Precious was there, he didn't play.
Right,
hard
and, it's-
Precious at
and
all.
I'm saying that's
So-
another guy. Yeah,
Right.
you got guys who can play defense,
Right.
but you're not. You got to look at the situation you in. And listen, this is the time. This is your team. Whoever's you look down the
Right.
bench. If you need, you got to try them. If you give them 5 minutes, you never know what Mike. That 5 minutes can make a difference in the game.
Yeah,
And
Towns-
that
At
dude-
least trying to
and-
just not play him.
And that
Right.
dude, right? As much as Greg Toppin was saying he was garbage, he played all right.
He played
When
all right.
he played his
Yeah.
role.
He played all right.
No, but he
his
played
role.
all right.
He's
Right.
not
When
garbage.
Todd was
I think he
I had
was
another-
forbidden to take a shot because, I think
He looked shaky a
he
couple
threw
of times,
too.
but
But
he's
see-
not garbage.
But
He's
that's
not
for,
garbage.
not playing him
Right.
throughout the regular season.
Right.
You
Well, he
gotta play
wasn't
them-
there the whole season.
No, I'm saying
No.
in general.
He got
Certain
traded
guys
for
got to be playing in
Yeah.
the regular season so you
Jericho
can trust
Sims.
them in the playoffs.
But
Right.
yeah, but
You know what I'm
normally,
saying?
That guy's a 10-year
Precious,
veteran.
right? Yeah, he
You
is.
know
He's
He's a
been in the
10-year
league.
veteran. He's
You
been
know
in the
him
league for a
and
minute.
His brother had
He was-
played. Yeah, was with Miami.
He was with
Right.
Miami. That's what I'm
Right.
ready to
But
say.
you
So
know
he played in
Precious can
some
play.
games.
Right.
You know
That guy
Savage
could play.
can
That
Right.
guy could play.
Well, I look at it. Tiz played. He played some of those guys out of desperation because once he made
Yeah.
the changes, he started playing different guys. Because
Right.
if they were playing okay, they wouldn't have been playing.
What was
Right.
the key word?
Desperation.
Exactly.
Okay, let me throw this question at you. All right, since we talk about Tibbs didn't make any adjustments. Knicks played Boston. Did the coach of Boston make any adjustments?
No, they play
No.
the same way. Every
No,
game.
and that's
They
why
made
they
no
got,
adjust-
and that's why they lost.
Right, because they continue playing the same way.
Yeah,
They made no
Because they
adjustments.
won the championship
Right.
doing
This is
that.
what we do. We're gonna
Right.
take threes.
Right.
And he
And
said
And they
that.
shot themselves.
He said that in the
That's
interview.
right. They
And
did.
they
He said
shot
that. This is
themselves-
what we do.
And they
And
shot
we not
them-
changing what we do.
And they
So
shot
you go
themselves
home.
out of the playoffs.
So you go home.
Made
So
no-
you don't want to
Cleveland.
change
So
it to do.
wasn't that game wasn't the beginning of the Knicks Pacers a microcosm of the Knicks Boston because Boston lost 2 games at home and the Knicks lost 2 games at home, and maybe that right there was the series
There's
lost.
2 things that happen in this series, and I think it always happens in series where a team gets hot. So late in that game, Naismith got hot, and he made 8 out of 9 threes.
Right.
Eight
Was
out
it
of
the
9.
first game?
Yeah,
He made 8 threes.
Was the first game or second game?
Yeah, but he made 7 straight in that.
Right.
Fourth quarter, and he
That
made
was the
6
first
straight
game.
in the fourth
6,
quarter. 6
so-
straight in the fourth
Right.
quarter.
You know what I'm saying? So now you lose that game.
Well, after
right?
that third three, he's supposed to get knocked down.
Right.
You're
so,
supposed to get knocked
so
down.
Or somebody be on you.
Yeah, somebody.
Right.
Yeah, because his shots
Right.
was wide.
But
open.
that's where your friend was probably saying that's where they should have put Tuckett.
I
Even
said
those
no.
guys
I
that
was
were
saying, but they.
playing.
Yeah,
I said they should have put Tuck. At least try him
guys,
against him.
guys, you
But
got
they saying he's out of shape. He's fat.
Nah,
He's
that's
out of
cool.
shape.
you got guys that
Right.
all you need them for is the foul.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
it.
That's what God. Yeah.
That's
You-
they your
everybody on the
bodies.
team. Hey, yo, him. Yo,
Right.
Yo, get him.
We know that's
Right.
what
He
your
would have put a
purpose is.
body on him. He
He
would
come
have.
off that-
At least
he
it
come
would have
off that
gave him
cut.
something to think.
Bam. Yeah,
At least
right.
it would have been gave him something to think about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
So now as we go through the series, the next thing that could happen is one of them games that happen where everybody's making a 3.
But he didn't.
And that was the
he
last
didn't kill
game.
the Knicks after that game.
I'm just saying
Right.
the last game,
Siakam did, but
But
he didn't kill the
but
Knicks.
the last game they shot 52% from 3.
Yeah,
The last
everybody was
game.
on that game.
Right.
Everybody was on
That
that.
usually happens in the series.
Well, yeah.
You get one guy that's hot, then you get the whole team that's hot,
And he
and
was
that
playing at
killed
home.
them.
Huh?
When you play
Right,
at
and they
home,
played at home.
your
Yeah.
role players are gonna play better.
Always.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always
So that hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt because it was like you said. All they had to do was win one of them games, and they'd have home field
Well,
advantage
that's
back.
home.
I'm talking about the home game.
road teams.
They
You
had to
want to at
split
least
it.
get a split, but they wound up winning both of those games.
Right. Well,
And-
if you get the first game, you're definitely
well,
going
you
after
put the
the
pressure
second
on
game.
the home
Yeah,
team.
you're
Right.
definitely going after the second game, and they didn't even supposed to have that first game.
Look,
That,
No,
wasn't
they
they up
shouldn't.
20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they was
All
up 20.
Hold up, y'all. Let me say this right quick. We're in the first half hour of First Stop to the Next Stop. It's Super Dave along with Coach Kurt. Greg G Money in the building.
What up with that?
Slick the
The
Relic
living fossil.
and Todd the Magnificent.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Tiny here holding us down.
Yeah, doing what he do.
All right, so the phone lines is open. The number is 516-206-0711. Also, let us know who you like. OKC in 4, 5, or 6. Should Tibbs get fired? Let us know what's going on with you. Or should we get rid of Tibbs or what?
What year is
Oh,
Tibbs in now?
Or
They
who?
gonna be
He got a
Hey,
new
wow.
contract.
Who's the
He's
coach?
still on the contract.
He's
And
who's
contract
the
is
coach?
signed. No, it doesn't.
Right.
They gonna pay him no
Let
matter
us
what.
know. Phone lines
They,
open.
they were saying
Holla
if
at
anything,
us.
they would
All
probably
right,
move
shout
him
out to my
upstairs.
cousin. Shout out to
Something like
Teresa
that.
Tucker.
People
Shout out
he
to
got a
Adrian
contract. They
Adams.
want him to still work.
Shout
Right,
out
right.
to
They said
Chad
they would
Williams,
probably
who
move him
said
upstairs
Tibbs was
somewhere.
totally out coached.
Well, we know that.
So let's talk about
So
it.
let's talk about that.
Was
you
Tibbs
did-
totally out
Totally
coached?
No, well, we know he was out coached. That's not even a discussion. Do you get rid of him? That was a lot of talk about that today on the shows.
So here go the thing. If they get rid of him, like if say they would have got swept, say if Indiana would have hit them in the head, or was a gentleman's sweep. Say they lost 4 straight or gentleman's sweep. He's subject to be fired. But being that he won and they showed some fight. Now, I'm not a Tibbs guy. So I would have packed his bags a long time ago.
No kidding.
That's right. Hold on. But if they get rid of him, it's who they're going to replace.
It's always
And
that
then
question.
also, it's the GM owning that he made a mistake. And he did some things.
He's tied
that
to
was
it.
wrong.
Yeah, he's tied.
He's tied to it.
Right.
It is
So-
tied to it.
They were saying you don't get rid of Tibbs just to get rid of Tibbs. That's an argument. Then they were saying, is this as far Tibbs is going to get you? Can he get you over the hump? Can he win you a championship? A lot of people don't believe that.
I'm one.
So
Ding, ding, ding,
they
ding, ding.
say if you're going to get rid of him, they saying he don't deserve to get fired. But if you're going to get rid of him, you got to make sure you getting a guy like the coach of Miami. If you could get a guy like him, if you could get, you got to get one of these top-notch coaches.
I got you.
You can't get rid of him just to get somebody to come in because you don't want him there because you don't feel you could, but you're not replaceable with a
That's like a
the
stopgap
top
move.
right, a top 5 coach in the league. If you got 5 guys, 5 of the top coaches in the league, it got to be one of them.
Right.
And if you can't get one of them, you don't just get rid of them just to get rid of them.
I agree
You
with
know,
that.
so
Shout out to
it
Arthur
kind
Nichols.
of makes sense. It do
But-
kind of make sense.
So
But
Arthur just said that the Knicks need a better bench, but
well,
my
that's where the
thing is-
GM comes in
right,
at.
that's
Where
part
he's
of the,
tied in.
part of
He
GM
got-
owning.
Right.
having
You
to
see
own that he messed up.
You see the deficiencies on your team. Now you got to fix it. It's not for Tibbs to fix. It's for that GM to fix.
But
I
Tibbs-
think
You
it's
got to
both
bring in
ways.
the. Well, your coaching style got to change.
right.
We know his coaching style got to change,
Right.
but the GM got to give him the part because, like I said when we first started, the cat that we seen play is the cat that we've always seen in the
Right.
playoffs.
Yeah.
So why do y'all didn't know that when y'all traded for him, y'all thought y'all was getting a different cat?
Well, they probably had to
You
get an
know?
okay from the coach because when the GM says we think about making this move, what do you think about it?
Right.
He had to say something, and he probably
Right.
gave an okay.
No,
for
I
it.
get it, but you got to know his deficiency.
Right.
When you draft a player, or even when you go on, trade for a player or draft a player,
Right.
you got his point. You got
Right.
what he does well and what he doesn't do
True.
well.
Yes.
So what he doesn't do well, do we got somebody who could compensate what
Right.
he doesn't do
Right.
well, and we could play them together. So you know what I mean. But it's like Cat is who Cat is, and I tell people that it's like what you see is what you get.
Right.
They want him to be a post-up
Yeah,
player,
but-
he doesn't have a post-up game. That's not his game because he only jumping so high. So what do you want the guy to do? He got lead feet. You know what I mean? He's tripping over his feet. He's bound. He's an uncoordinated,
Yeah.
unorthodox player.
Look like he
he's
had 2
best-
left shoes on.
Right, right. So he's better. He can't
Or
sprint.
right feet backwards.
He
right.
can't forget about the sprint. He can't
But-
sprint. So his best thing is when he faced the basket, he could go left or right, and I give him that. Of course, he can shoot from outside, and he can do the putbacks. Other than that, when he don't block shots, so that's what he does. That's him. So
Yeah.
that's why it was so good, believe it or not, and I give Tibbs credit for that. Playing him and Robinson together when he made that switch, and it was looking good because whatever he wasn't doing, Robinson was cleaning up big time on the boards.
All
and
right,
everything.
so-
they had a
You know what I'm
problem
saying?
with
Yeah,
it.
they
so
did.
I don't know if this is fact or fiction. They said that Hart with the Tibbs and said that he wanted to come off the bench.
Well, they
I
said
heard that
Start.
too. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, that was,
I heard
that
it was Hart
that
saying
talked
it,
about.
yeah.
I mean, but it's like you still had to come in spurts. So Hart played. He didn't play good in Game 6, but Game 5 he played good, and Game 4.
Think
he was
about
so-
think about back in the days,
Hmm.
the teams, the good teams. When a guy came off the bench, he was a spark.
Right.
Like you had guys like Vinny Johnson,
Yeah.
Michael. You had guys like that
Mhm.
coming in off the bench.
downtown Freddie Brown.
Fred Brown,
Right.
he's in my head too. Greg Hodges,
Mhm.
guys like that
Yes.
come in. When you got guys, when you go
Bobby
to your
Jones.
exactly.
Yes.
When you got guys coming in off the
Oh,
bench,
Brad Ramsey. I need to
you
know
know-
somebody else.
Bless you.
Could
Bless
you
you.
take that outside, please?
yeah, if I get sick, I'm killing them. I'm telling y'all now.
We
You
good.
know.
We good. Trust me.
You
Could
sure?
we
right.
wait for the
Yeah,
paper?
Greg gave me something.
Circulate that air, or something, man. This guy's killing me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All right.
Yeah.
that's what you need.
Allergies. I got you.
That's what you need. You need somebody like that. The guys, you can't have guys who come off the bench and they not coming in and bringing something like firepower off
Right.
the bench. You know?
Well,
Can't
Bridget. I mean, McBride is supposed to be that type of.
Yeah,
guy
he
for him.
he
Right.
fills that role some.
Well, they had somebody like that when they traded Quickly. Quickly was like
Quickly
that for
was
them.
good. Quickly was very good.
But he go to Toronto. He didn't.
He was the casualty of war in the
Yeah,
trade.
Yeah, well, he was hurt. He was hurt a lot too.
but he was a good player.
But what do you
I like
what do
him.
you think about it, Greg? I mean, what was the question again? You was as far as tips.
The
Right,
false
false
tips.
tips.
Who you gonna get? Like,
Mark Jackson, even though I know it's a
Yeah,
far
okay.
cry.
Patrick Ewing? Patrick
Mark
Ewing?
don't get no coaching job.
Maurice Cheeks?
And
He's
that's
on
a-
the bench.
That's
Bring him
a,
up. That's what I'm saying.
He's
Bring him
already
up.
on the bench.
and that's
Okay,
that's
what I'm saying.
listen,
Promote
There's
him.
a reason why he's
listen to
assistant
that.
coach and shit.
what you because that's another subject I would like to spend time
that's
on.
not right.
I'm not saying we got to do it now, but that Mark Jackson is a problem for me.
Yeah,
That's a problem for me because you don't exile somebody for life. Everybody, murderers get second chances. You understand what I'm saying?
damn.
So,
Listen,
I don't. It's a that's a
listen,
very. I have a problem
I
with that,
got you.
and I'm not saying that ain't. That's against the NBA
listen. So
for allowing that. You know
we
what I'm
got
saying?
some issues going on. I got an issue with the NBA too. I'm gonna
Yeah.
share that with you right now.
Uh-oh.
I think this is some nonsense. You in the game, and they want to interview people because they're trying to get ratings. Something.
Yeah, I can't stand it. Oh, the
It's
coach
horrible,
between the
Yo,
the
right,
court-
right.
yeah, I can't stand
it's
that.
wrong. I mean, so
talk to the assistant coach. Don't talk to
right,
me.
or the player. Yo,
Right.
I'm trying to be in the zone. Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, I don't like
yo,
that either.
So I
For the
need to
Raiders.
answer you.
Yeah, I don't like that. I agree
So
with you
I
100.
need to
percent
tell. I need to tell America what my plan is.
Not in the middle game. I'm
I
not
need to tell
talking.
the enemy.
You do that to me
Oh,
one
yeah, I don't
time.
like that neither.
I wasn't talking. You probably wouldn't do that to me again, or you probably find me because I ain't got time for that. Talk to me after the game or before the game,
Yeah, I didn't
not
like
during
that.
the game.
right. That's
No, I
So
don't
that's
like that
horrible.
either. Yeah, I don't like
so.
that.
So we got an issue with Adam Silver. We're gonna get at it.
Yeah,
But we got
But-
some internal issues here. We're gonna work on we need to work here, and then we're gonna get it.
That's like they get
because a couple of
give
NBA
the fans
issues that we
access.
have.
Who cares?
Right.
I can care.
but
less.
if you got a guy,
It's my cousin calling right now.
Because I can see like Mark.
All right,
Jackson,
Chad, talk to us.
he
What's
had a
going
job
on?
in the league.
Good luck.
He's on TV for how many years?
All right.
Can you tell- if you telling me he
So
can get a
all
coaching job?
right. What's on your mind? Share it with us, cuz.
Maurice Cheeks.
He had a coach.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
All right.
What's
all
going
right.
on, my brother?
What's good? What's good?
There's a reason why.
I hear what y'all talking about, man, and all right. I think, man, y'all gotta Tibbs to go, man. He gotta go, man, because he's brought the team as far as he can bring them. Tibbs don't make no adjustments. I mean, you got good players on the bench that you're not playing. Stop playing the Chua. Really, I think
He's not coming back.
I
either.
turned the sound down because it was echoing. But
Right.
I playing the Chua. He didn't play Shaman until he had to. These guys, you got to know who's on your team, man. And if you look at their defense, man, they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they leaving guys open. Guys doing the same play over and over again, and they keep doing it. They don't drop coverage. I mean, it's just bad, man. He's supposed to be a defensive coach, and he's not. The defense is not good. It's not good.
I got it.
Hitting the ball. They scored about 5 baskets. They throw the ball down. What are they doing? So I'm just saying, man.
I got a question for you.
They need to let him go, man.
I got a question for
They need to
you.
let him go. The Knicks have the players on their roster. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a question for you. We hear what you're saying, and we all basically say the same thing. But this is the question that we was talking about before you just called. If you didn't hear it, if he got to go, fine. Who you getting in this place?
Okay, that's a good question too. I mean, you got Malone out there. We talking about Jackson, but we know he's in hell right now. But I mean, Malone. I mean, this guy don't make no adjustments, man. I mean, in the playoffs, a coach can win it and lose it for you, man. By not playing the right people, not making adjustments when you're supposed to make the adjustments. Their defense was horrible, man.
Yeah.
Definitely
I mean,
so.
it's so much stuff I can go over that he messed up. With a great roster. Rose got him a great roster.
Not a great
It's not
roster.
great.
It was a good team.
Yeah.
And you got
I
to
mean,
look.
I'm not saying they should have won. They should win the championship. They got a better roster than Indiana,
No, they don't.
and they
No, they don't. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say that.
I mean, well,
No,
That's
they don't.
debatable.
On the top-
That's debatable.
No, they don't.
I mean,
you don't think so?
Nah.
well, the way,
Who won?
right? If
Indiana's the better team.
I think
bro.
a good argument would be if somebody.
No, yeah, they're a better
wins
team,
7
but
games,
you look at
and
you
be
go
like,
from player to player.
We might be better, but no.
You know, they got first of all they got a superstar.
Who's a
They-
superstar?
Indiana don't got a superstar. Brunson's
Okay.
a superstar.
Who's out?
Who's a superstar in the Knicks?
You said Brunson.
He's not a super.
Oh, Brunson's a superstar.
He's not a
I
superstar.
mean,
He's
He's
a
a-
shining star.
He's a
It's a
rising
star.
star.
Rising star.
He's a rising star. He's not a superstar.
He's a superstar,
Nah, he's
man.
not a
How can he not be?
There's only a
I
few
mean-
superstars in the league.
They say 9 to 10, and I
Yeah.
think we need to work
Well,
on
we-
that. We need to
You come-
We
establish.
talk
Everybody come
about
up
the
with their
top
own list.
echelon
Right,
players in the
right.
league.
Who
We
is
need to
super-
He's a
establish-
rising star. I'm gonna
He's
give
a
you
rising
he's a
star.
rising star.
And
He's
he's
not no
second team
superstar.
his second team all NBA.
Right.
I think he might
What
be
more
a
you-
all-star
what more you want?
after game 6.
I want
So
first
he's a
team.
superstar.
I want first team.
Okay, I mean, hey, first teams are superstars too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's only 5 people.
Yeah.
I mean, only 5 people. You talking about the top 10 people? He's one of the top 10 people. I'm not saying he's not on the top of the superstars, but you got stars and you got superstars.
Well,
Right.
again,
I mean,
let me say this. I think it was a little injustice giving him clutch player, even though he was clutch. But I think that sometimes the press clippings go to people's heads. So game 2,
Well, I don't think he
when
played
he pulled up and
Yeah.
took that shot, that and I also think Tim should have called.
that's a bad shot. That was a bad shot.
Right.
Yeah.
That was like you said, like when he come back in the game, he want to carry. I know he played with passion. And he want to carry the whole burden
On the
on his shoulders.
And you don't need to.
And
Yeah.
if he was a team player, he should have just politely gave Towns the ball because he was wide open, and he could have missed it.
Uh-huh.
And we could have put the donkey ears on him or something like that. But
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, it shouldn't have even got to that point,
I
man.
got it.
These games should have not even got to that point. I mean, obviously, the first game, them still in that first game really like set the tone for the series right there. I mean, those guys. I mean, they choked. Okay, now it makes the second game harder. And again, if you look at what they did, and we pointed out that he sat Shamet. He didn't play him no more. He didn't play him in the series before, well, end of the series before, and he didn't play him in the beginning. So this guy's a veteran. So why would you not? Why would you not play him?
That's Tip's style. That's his style of
Why you
coaching.
not play? He's your best. He's probably one of your best shooters. Why would you not play him?
I
That's
agree.
what I said.
I mean,
I agree.
That's what I said.
There's there's no reason to not play him.
Well,
So
funny thing
he's
about
making
that-
all these bad decisions, and he could affect the game. He can get hot, just like Naismith got hot.
Yeah.
You
And,
watch.
you know, he
You,
don't play him.
you watch teams like Indiana who goes 11 deep, whatever. They'll play their guys like that. Guys come. Seem like everybody.
You look what he did. Yes,
Guys-
right. You look at
guys
you
on
look at
Boston,
what
they
that coach
put those
did.
guys
He
in
went
on
12
Boston.
deep.
They put those
For
guys
not-
in.
not
they
just
shoot-
because
they
guys got
score
a foul
like they
trouble.
shoot.
Right.
But my,
My thing, if he's on your team, why? Until he proves that he can't do it, why not?
right.
You
And,
know what
and
I'm
these
saying?
guys ain't new guys.
No,
they
those are
have
veterans.
Playoff
Those are veterans.
experience
Shaman's a
from
veteran.
previous years. That's what I'm saying.
He's a veteran.
I definitely would have played.
Tucker's a veteran.
Right. I definitely would
What's
have played
goes
Precious and Shammy.
Precious
They would've
got
been
to.
in game
There's
one
no
all
excuse
day.
for me
You,
not
you
playing
don't play
Precious.
Precious?
There's
He
no
should be-
excuse.
He shouldn't be getting no DNP.
Yeah, there's
He's an
no
elite
excuse.
defensive player.
No excuse
Right. But
for them
He
not
can
like
playing.
you
protect the rim.
But like you said,
You play him with Towns, he can protect the rim too.
Sure, he can.
But like you said,
Oh,
we
you
said
know,
this throughout the
And he's
whole
more
season
athletic. He's quicker. He can,
that
he can play them guys.
But this is what I say. Let's say we keep the coach. All right.
Boo. But go ahead.
But well, I
Yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
He's
'cause
not
y'all-
going nowhere.
Okay.
well, I don't think he is either.
Me neither.
But okay, he's gotten the Knicks further than any other coach that they had previously for the past what?
3-4 years.
More than that.
4 or 5, probably.
More
He's
than
been there
that.
5. So
They haven't been to the conference final.
But how long's he been there though? He's been there like 3 years or
Mike
4.
Mike Woodson
was
did
the
not go
best.
to the
I'm
conference
saying
final.
Mike Woodson is the
Yeah, but they got a better
Best coach
team.
in
They
recent
got a better
time.
team than they
Right.
had before.
Well, you keep saying they got a great team. They don't have a great team.
No, they don't.
They have a good team. They gotten further than they did before the previous year, and that's on his resume. Now, let's just say we get other players. Who's to say that he's going to play? Because he hasn't played with the other guys that they gotten.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I hate what you. He's gonna have to change his coaches.
He's
I
going to
would
have
say
to.
send his
But
way.
in order for them
I
to
think
do
send
that,
his
he
way.
can't do
gotta
that.
get a-
He can't
you
do
have
that.
to get a
I
veteran
think-
coach.
Yes,
That's on
I
his
truly believe they're gonna sit down with him. If they
Right.
keep him,
right.
they're gonna sit down with him and tell him he's gonna have to make a coaching change
Right.
to his style of coaching, and you're not playing any of these guys
Right.
all those minutes. He's gonna have to change his ways.
Because
And
they
if-
look at all these other guys, these other coaches that sit in the back row. You got Mo Cheeks, you got Mark Bryant,
You got Brunson.
you got Othello Harrington, and
Yep.
right, all those dudes are sitting in the back row. What are they there for? They get
paycheck.
paid. Just get exactly
Right.
a paycheck. Because I don't never see none of them talking to him.
Right.
Right.
Only
Right.
what's his name, son.
Only Brunson
Yeah,
does.
we
I mean,
know.
father,
and-
I'm saying,
yeah, we
damn,
know
look,
this.
son.
This is Tim's 5th year, and he be up, so he got a couple more years on the new contract.
Usually, most teams in any sport, after a 5-year run, you could practically tell whether you're gonna succeed
Keep
with a
them
person
Right.
Right.
or not
Right.
after about 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
But realistically, they're climbing. And
They are. I mean,
we-
realistic. You want to look at,
Right,
but
they
you can
climb.
also
They
see they're climbing. But you could also see there's a ceiling on them.
Yes,
You could see that too. So who's gonna bring us over the
Yeah.
top?
I got
And
Other
that's what you
players.
gotta-
Has to be other
It gotta.
players. Has to be
It,
other
it
players.
has to be other players, and it also has to be a coaching
has to
style change.
Yes.
Right,
I-
because-
It
that I
has to
agree
be
with
both.
right. The coach got to let
It
you
has to
rock,
be
and
both.
The coach put you in, the coach take you out, and he got to put the right people in to
Right.
make it
Yeah.
happen.
My
Now,
God.
You-
mind you, I didn't believe that. I believed that they was going to be a second round exit, but they
Well, see,
exceeded my expectations.
that's what I was gonna say. Or the planets got to align for
But
them to just
but
get
listen,
through.
there's a thing.
Sometimes that gotta
Sometimes there's a thing that's called foolish gold. Don't look at it just because they beat Boston and they
Right,
made it to
that's
the
what I'm
championship.
saying.
That could be foolish gold
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of
Because
that.
remember,
You know what I'm saying? So-
Cleveland got bumped too.
too. Right.
Right,
So
yeah.
So the planets had
So-
to align. This was for me. Right
nobody had the Knicks and the Pacers
Boston.
and the
Right,
in the
in the
championship
conference,
come.
nobody.
Right.
Nobody.
there. It was Cleveland.
It's either Cleveland or Boston. They knew that. So
maybe looking for we none of us look at the none
and
of us
what's
can
comes
predict
not
the
that far
future right
behind,
now.
and they coming up too.
Right. Nobody.
Pistons. They
Nobody.
ain't far behind, bro.
Yeah, well, they got to make some changes.
No, they do,
Yeah.
but they not
need
far
a-
behind.
need
They
a
coming
decent
up
big
too.
man, and they need to make.
And that guy didn't play the whole series. He didn't play at all. The big man that got hurt. Yeah, he didn't play at all.
No, he didn't play. Yeah, I
No,
think he
they-
played the
More
first
pieces.
game, and that was
Yeah.
it.
So they up and coming. So you got team. As much as you keep saying, yeah, you reaching here, but you got other teams coming up too. And Cleveland's they mad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Boston, they got injuries. They're gonna go through a change next year. Boston's not gonna be in the mix. They're gonna go through a change, but it ain't gonna take them
I
long to
think
get back on
Cleveland
top.
thing.
Oh, all right.
What they proved
all right,
is that
Chad, we got
they're
another
not tough
call.
enough.
Anything else you want to share with
All
us?
right,
That's
guys?
to me. That's the way I look at it. They're not
All
tough.
right.
I
Well, I
can agree with
appreciate
Nah,
the
man,
call.
y'all.
That ain't the Knicks he's
Yeah,
talking about.
I
That
got
ain't the
plenty to
Knicks.
share, but y'all go ahead, man. Yeah.
All right,
Get rid of tips, man. That's
All
it,
right.
man.
Thanks.
We'll try
Thank
somebody
you,
else.
man.
So
Alright.
look,
Who's that?
what I was gonna
Mike
say
G,
was
go ahead. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Another call. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh boy, I'll tell you something. I've been waiting all goddamn weekend to call this thing. I wanted to call to talk to the first stop to the next stop. Because Indiana beat y'all on the first stop, and y'all got your ass whooped on the next spot. Y'all goddamn Knicks fans. I know all y'all on this panel is a Knicks fan.
Hold on, Norm. We got a disgruntled fan on the line. Give me a second and call back.
Oh, I'm not disgruntled.
No, Norm. I'm talking to Norm. Norm, call back in a second.
I'm not disgruntled.
Norm, call
We're
back
not
in a
talking
second.
about you. We talk about the next guy calling in, not you.
No, we was talking about him.
Oh, you was?
Yes, we
oh,
was.
Oh, my bad.
Y'all want to talk to me no more?
Yeah. Go ahead, talk, man. Go ahead, talk.
I mean,
Okay,
Say
listen.
everything you gotta say,
Listen.
buddy.
I tell you something. In this whole series, when it really comes down to it, I think Thibodeau got outcoached,
I agree with that.
and I think all his sins came back on him in this series. Well, not playing none of his bench players, getting them involved,
What?
getting them body tested, giving them burn, so they'd be ready to play in a big series.
Okay.
Also, you saw what the trade did. The trade putting out two players that,
I lost 10.
the Knicks last year, I like the Knicks last year. I could have probably been a Knicks fan last year more than this year, and I'll tell you why. Last year, y'all had character, and you played with heart and defense. This year, y'all went offensive, but your the two offensive stars don't play defense.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
And
point.
that was a big play for you. Brunson puts up points, Cat puts up points, but they don't play defense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that one offensive player was there last year. He didn't play no defense there last year.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. But again, now you had DiVincenzo, you had Hardestein, you have more of a defensive makeup to watch out and take care of his sins.
Right.
Then you have other people coming off the bench, Hart and McBride coming off the bench to give you that firepower.
Right.
To me, if I was y'all, I would find new players, move your center to the bench, move Hart back to the bench, and those are your bench players. But Brian Hart and what's that big boy with the small feet name again?
Who?
Mitchell Robinson?
That's him, the one. Yeah, he got small feet for a big man. That's why he be falling over
Small
himself.
feet.
He need clown feet.
So what's Cat's problem
That
then?
was Obi. wasn't
What's
it?
Cat's problem?
He got 21.
Who?
Cat.
Oh, he got too long.
He fall all over himself too.
That problem is Cat is like a mini Luka. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he can't play D, and it takes a lot of his energy to muscle up. But I tell you something, massively in that game 6, you saw how Indiana full court press as soon as they got the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That didn't make Brunson comfortable at all. You know what I'm saying? Took him out of his dribble. He ain't had no time for that.
Energy.
Because they would take time off the ball, him trying to get time up. So he couldn't even get himself comfortable. That was basketball by Indiana.
Yeah.
And like I told Dave Wilson, who's on your panel, I told him that boy, Bridges. I told you. I said, yo, he gets lost. He gets lost in games. Yeah, he'll put up his 16, 17, 18 points, but he has no impact points.
Yeah.
And he'll get lost when you need him.
I was trying to work out a deal and see if y'all would take him back. You don't want him, huh?
Nah. We're gonna use them 5 picks to get somebody else.
No, we'll take him back. Give you a second round pick.
Second round pick.
No.
Yeah.
For what?
You got to give back what we gave you.
No, that's not happening.
Oh no. If y'all want to do that right, if y'all want 2 seconds, we'll take him back.
You can give us back one.
Give us a
Give
second
us
round
our
pick.
It's okay.
And we'll take him.
Give us the 8th pick.
Look,
It's okay.
look,
You probably don't know what to do with the 5 picks y'all got, so we'll wait.
Yeah, no doubt.
I bet you don't get the guy you want at the 8th pick.
You know, I want a point guard. I
Oh,
want a point guard.
Listen.
huh?
I want a point guard.
Well, too bad you don't count. But I mean,
Well, then don't ask me what we gonna get. Then.
Listen.
I say we. I didn't say you.
I want a point guard.
Hold up. All right, go ahead, Mike, right quick.
Y'all want to talk about people and not using your picks. Okay, I'll go back to these last 2. Y'all could have had SBA. Y'all could have had Halliburton. But no, not the Knicks. Not the Knicks. Not the Knicks.
Yeah,
No.
I can rest assured to say that the Knicks don't make the swiftest
Y'all can
pick.
say the Knicks, but a lot of teams passed on both those guys who you all just
That
mentioned.
that is true.
Oh, okay, so don't
They
don't
wasn't the
just,
only
don't
ones,
just say
right.
the Knicks and whatnot.
That is very true. How many people bypassed them?
And SGA got traded too.
Both of them.
Yeah, he got traded for Paul
Yeah,
George.
Both of them.
Right.
Both of them got
They
traded.
traded for potential.
Both of them got traded.
Right, and then Sacramento originally selected
Halliburton.
Halliburton.
Draft is a crapshoot, man.
Yeah, you
You
never
don't
know. You don't
always
know what
right.
you're
You don't
gonna
never know. You don't never know. I ain't gonna front.
You know how these guys gonna pan out.
Yeah.
You could think he's gonna
Yeah,
be a
so-
superstar.
Right.
So
So now that I vented, can I ask the panel, where do you see the Knicks going from here? Because you can't get a banner or a trophy for beating the Boston Celtics in the second round.
you're right.
Well, I'm gonna say what I said before. I think they peaked already. Todd said something about them reaching a certain point. They're not gonna get any further until they do something or the coach makes moves.
Not the coach, the GM. It's up to the GM to
No,
make the
when I
move.
say
coach
when I say the
too.
coach
Coach
makes moves, I'm talking about playing the subs. You know what I'm saying? Like he
But-
had,
gotta
we
change-
didn't have
he
a
said he
decent
got-
bench.
But he got to change his coaches. If they get the players, if they get some players, some additions, he's going to have to change his coaching style.
this
Because
was
that's
made
getting old. And you did that 2 years in a row. We know that's your MO. And then everywhere you went that you've done that, you haven't won.
right.
So it comes a time, that's like what they say that thing is, you keep doing the same thing over and
Right,
over again
right.
and expecting a different
Right.
result.
Different,
And you get
outcome.
this, you know what I'm saying?
Different
Come on,
outcomes.
man.
It's not gonna happen.
So you got to change.
So
right.
You gotta
I mean,
change.
well, I had somebody else trying to call, and he was saying that he believed. So Norm was Scotty Scott was
Okay.
saying they believed that they needed time to play together and to gel together to grow. But every year, if you even think about it, the Bulls, even when they won their championship back to
They
back,
kept the core.
they tweaked their team.
Yo,
They
yeah.
kept the core.
They kept the core.
They kept the core.
But you tweak playing, you
Some-
bring
but-
people in. Yeah.
Right.
Clearly,
Right.
in this situation, the core of our team might need to be tweaked because if they didn't do
Well,
the job, they didn't
let's
get the job done.
let's look at both championships of the Bulls. So the first group was
Horace Grant.
right, Paxson,
Right.
They got rid of Horace. That's how they got Cartwright.
right,
Mhm.
but they had Paxson, Pippen,
What?
Jordan.
I mean, yeah, no, not Horace Grant. I mean,
They got
they got Oakley was part. They got
right,
rid of
Oakley
Oakley.
went
That's
to
how
the
they
Knicks.
got
Cartwright.
Right,
Cartwright.
Oakley went to the
Right.
Knicks.
Right.
For
Right.
Cartwright.
Oakley for Cartwright.
Right. So the second group, right, was Harper, right? Harper.
Well, Horace Grant was a free agent after that third that
Rodman
first
and
three.
John Sally came after.
Right, but Harper, B.J. Armstrong,
Right.
Right.
Steve Kerr.
BJ Armstrong was in the first.
He was in the
He was
first group. Okay, so he's in
and
the
they had
first
Craig
group.
Hodges. There.
Craig Hodges was in the first group.
Right.
Right. So the core was there, but then you had Jerry. You had was it Jerry Seasting? No, it was
No, not Cecil.
Paxson.
Paxson.
That's Steve
right.
Kerr.
Paxson was the first group.
Paxson was in the
Kerr-
first
Kerr
group.
was in the
Steve
second
Kerr
group.
was in the
Kerr
second
was
group.
Right.
in the second group.
Right. You had
What you
Wellington.
gotta understand is this. They always had Jordan.
Right.
And they had
Right.
Tony
And
Kukoc.
Those
in the
Kukoc.
second group.
Right. Kukoc.
Right.
But
And you had Jordan
they
and
kept
you
the
had
core.
Pippen.
And
Right.
then
Right.
Rodman-
And
you work
everybody
around
else-
them.
Right.
And they always had either Horace Grant or Dennis Rodman.
Dennis
Right.
Rodman.
So whoever you bring around those three,
Right.
they didn't matter because those three guys
He
were
just
the
fit in the
core.
Right.
pieces.
Exactly.
Right. So that's what the
Boom.
Knicks.
Right.
Basically, all teams got to do that.
Yes.
But we talking about the Knicks now, so y'all got to have a certain core.
I
You gotta mix it
got a
up.
question that was brought up today too.
Uh-huh.
Because you know how they always want to do the superstars, 3 superstars. on the team. Indiana got no superstars.
Nope.
They said
right.
you look at OKC, they have one, but they're a bunch of guys besides SGA.
Jalen Williams
they
on the
say-
come up.
He's on the come up, but he's not a superstar. He's not no
He's
superstar.
on the come up.
He's not no superstar. He's not even a star.
Well,
The only star on that team is SGA, and what Williams is on the come up. And the rest of them, they not there yet.
Well, what's going to
But
happen?
what they saying is that thing that how they was doing and bringing the guys together, getting the 3-star, they looking at the new teams down, using the small markets and stuff.
Mhm.
That might be to the wayside now, and they do it from like we've doing it from before the draft, and you might get a trade here and there or something like that.
OKC also have a lot of picks.
They-
Also,
Yeah.
they
That's what-
stockpile a lot of picks.
That's
Yes.
what's going to help them because
Yes,
when it's
They got
time
picks
for them
coming
to pay
they could get
Jalen
rid of
Williams
guys.
and
Jalen, I think they're gonna
Right.
keep.
Well,
I would keep him.
He's going to have to get paid.
Okay.
And
So they were
and
saying
Holmes
they
gonna
were
have to
saying
get paid.
SGA, is he gonna pull a Brunson?
But he signed the contract already.
No, he's eligible. He's eligible to get the max
Extension. Okay.
to 380 million, something
Oh, okay.
crazy like that. And
Yeah,
they
but
was
he has
saying-
to stay. He has to
they-
stay where he's at to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he got to say
to
where
get
he's
that.
at. But they were
Yeah.
saying, is he going to do what Brunson did
Right.
and take less so they could get more players?
Right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
Well, they have
really
a young
need the whole
nucleus
380?
anyway.
I'll take
You know, if I may say one more thing,
Go ahead.
Yeah, but
Two things.
the Knicks lost overall because to me they weren't the better team. Maybe they had some better players. Maybe they had some all stars on there, whatever. But they weren't a better team.
no,
They
they
weren't.
wasn't a better team.
they weren't.
That's correct.
You won't get an argument here.
So let me ask you,
It's
and we
up to you.
appreciate your call, but let me ask you before you leave. What do you think this championship series is going to be? How many games and who's going to win?
I think it's going to go 6, and I think it's going to be the better team, which I think is OKC. I mean, OKC is younger, and I like Indiana. You know what made Indiana beat also their better team because they did gel together after they lost last year. Now they kept the same group and they gelled together. But you had a better team. And I still think, even though SGA and his boys are all 25 and younger, I still think that they're going to win this one. This is going to be the youngest team to ever win an NBA title.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike, for calling. We appreciate the call, brother.
Okay.
Mike G.
And may I say good day or goodbye to all the rap bastards on that panel. There are some guys in there really nice. I won't name the rap bastards though.
Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you.
I know a guy that we got thrown
Next
out the
station.
Barclays together. All right, so look,
You poor rap
that's a
bastards.
story for another day. All right, peace.
Yeah.
Be good.
All right, so
What
yeah,
a friend you got.
hey. We can tell Mike G stories for days.
Oh my God.
He's an undercover pimp. All right.
He sound like one.
All right. So anyway, yeah, me and Kirk was riding down Archer Avenue with him one time.
I always got into a fight at Archer
I think
Avenue.
you're
Yeah,
talking-
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
talk
right.
about
So he
that.
got out, he threw
Yeah.
up his dukes. The other guy, like, yo, my man. Come on, bro. Come on. Like, yo, let's not do this. I'm in my uniform.
In the middle
man.
of
I'm
Archer
like,
Avenue.
yo,
Oh my
we
God.
gonna stomp you out eventually. So, like, yo. So after they did the circular dance, everybody all cooler heads prevailed.
Mhm.
And thank goodness, cause just got my nails done. I ain't anyway, shout out to everybody that's paying attention. All right, Michelle Hustle Hard Hayes, Anthony Green, John Green, Lester Harvell, my sister
Shout.
Crystal Campbell, my cousin Arnold J, Mike Gardner, my cousin Sam Bannister Jr., Billy Turner. Shout out to all my family. Scotty Scott, hit us up. Shout out to
They
Jeffrey
never end.
Brown, the
Right,
Boston
like,
Celtic
pulling the button
fans.
like-
All right, Scotty Scott, hit us up. All right, so
Another thing that
let's go.
is going to bother the Knicks is that they over the first apron, and
You talking luxury tax? and all that
yes,
stuff?
yeah, they're close. They only got about maybe $9 million to play with, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And otherwise they'll go over the second half. Now, teams that want to win will spend the money
Right.
and don't really worry about it. But
Do I care about Dolan and his money? No.
well, they don't care about us either.
No.
Right. Well, and they sell out all the time.
Right.
So like,
Say that again, because I don't think he heard you, man.
I know they sell out because it's just a celebrity thing at this point.
The celebrities only
just
sit in the
wanna
first
show
couple.
up.
Celebrities
Jack
only
Nicholson,
sit in the first
They just
couple
want
of
to be
rows.
like the
Jack
fall.
Nicholson
Everybody else
is in
upstairs
LA.
is not celebrities.
He's not
They're
in New
not
York.
letting me finish.
Yo,
They just want to be like
so
LA.
it don't be no celebrities
You know what I'm
at the net game?
Huh?
It don't be no
Yeah,
celebrities?
it'd be celebrities there. What are you talking about?
Oh, you don't even be there.
right.
Yeah.
You don't even be there.
Put your fist right
He
there.
don't even be there.
Right.
There's more celebrities at the WNBA game. than the
Exactly.
net game.
Okay.
Exactly.
Listen.
Shots
Guess what the focus is today?
It ain't the net.
The
It ain't the WNBA.
Knickerbockers.
That's
That's
okay.
what the focus is today.
You can't focus on the Nets if you're not in it,
We ain't got to be in it right now.
and they'll never be
As
the
long as
focus
the
of no
Knicks ain't win this
conversation.
year, we good.
You understand what
Try
I'm
again
saying?
next year. Reset.
Y'all will never
We are
be the.
gonna try.
Will your team?
It might be next
Will
year.
will your
Yeah,
team?
right.
It might be next
Will
year.
your
Yeah.
team ever have the city like the Knicks had the city? Will
Don't let us
you ever
win.
see that?
You don't know.
You're never gonna win. But I'm
You
just
don't know
saying.
You don't know
But
that.
you
don't
think
know
they would
that.
ever have the
All
city like
all
that?
I know is there's so much junk being talked and there's nothing happening. All of this smoke for what?
Well, you got it.
We knew what the outcome
That's
was
because
going
the
to be.
Knicks are creating
I'm sorry,
smoke.
Dave, but they got me.
The Knicks are
but,
creating smoke.
speak your
Let them
piece.
go ahead.
Y'all knew what the
Speak it.
outcome was going to be.
All you doing is waiting for the 6-0 Steelers to step
Look. There will be.
Bring them
There,
up.
look.
Bring them up.
There will be nobody hanging on lampposts on Atlantic Avenue.
No,
Nobody.
Nobody.
No time
We'll be
soon.
on Flatbush Island.
No time
Ain't nobody
soon.
gonna hang out there
We'll be
either.
on
No time
Ain't
soon.
We'll be on Flatbush Island.
Ain't nobody gonna be in the Albee Square Mall.
I
Ain't
know.
nobody going there.
Yo,
either.
the Liberty is gonna win again, and they're gonna have 2 rings, and the
Yeah,
Nets ain't
that's
gonna win.
That's all right.
They bring the crowd.
I
to that
want the
Barclays.
Liberty to win. I'm a Liberty
Sure.
Oh,
fan.
now you a
Sure.
Liberty
Yeah,
fan. Come
John
on,
Green
stop.
said the celebrities. do
See,
be
this
at
is
the
what I
Liberty
don't like.
game.
Now
I don't
you a
like
Liberty
I don't
fan.
like
I know
when
they
y'all do
do.
that.
Huh?
I don't like when y'all do that.
Do
I've
what?
been rooting for Liberty since they started.
You can't even name the starting 5 on the Liberty.
Dog.
Name the starting 5
I'm
on
not
the
gonna name nothing now.
because you don't know the
Yes, I
starting
do
5.
know the starting five.
You know the whole starting
But guess
5.
what? You're not gonna know
Okay.
now.
'Cause
Now
you don't know.
Yes, I
'Cause
do
you don't know.
But
That's
now you're
right.
not gonna know.
You don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't.
It's over for you now. I had these same arguments when I was a Steeler fan back in the days.
He said
So I
starting 5 on the
refuse
Liberty,
to
not
even
starting
answer
5
these
on the
questions.
Steelers.
I'm not going to even answer these questions. No, because what the point is, when the Steelers started winning, and I'm rooting for the Steelers. Oh, you just became a Steeler fan? No, I've been a Steeler fan. I've been a Liberty fan since they started.
Hold your breath
So
for
what
a
are you
second.
talking about?
You
Hold
know-
on, Rebecca Lobo
hold
over
on,
there.
hold on.
What
They were
are
playing
you
in
talking
Brooklyn,
about?
Hold that thought. Let me shout out my
Don't
pop.
start
You
with
can't
me,
name
Kurt.
the starting
Don't
5.
start with me.
All
Stop.
right,
Stop.
all right, hold it. Let's keep going. We talk
Don't
about
bust
the
the
Knicks.
gasket, man. Don't bust the
Hey,
No,
and
gasket.
again-
when he talk about my teams, I
All
get
right,
past.
well, hold up. Why, Craig? Why? Again, shout out to my pop,
Craig.
John Wilson, who's checking in.
Craig.
All right, so.
Yes, sir.
Greg
All right,
is
so-
the Greg is.
Regius.
All right, so. Well, yeah, maybe we need to put him in timeout. What do you think?
Look, do
He's
what you gotta
staying
do.
timeout.
Do what you got to do.
Closet's right there.
Do what you got to do.
Oh,
He
okay.
said the
All
clown.
right, you got a lifeline. Shout out to Eddie Ferguson. Said
Just
Pittsburgh
make sure
That's
Steelers
his
you win
lifeline.
one.
Eddie
Yeah.
Ferguson's
Yo,
lifeline?
just make
Pittsburgh
sure.
said Steelers for life. That's what he said.
Just make sure the Knicks win before we do. All right.
Oh, that's no problem.
Okay.
That's easy.
That's
Okay.
no problem, man.
Make it happen.
I mean, that's easy.
Make it happen.
Only way you might get back to the finals
Listen,
if you
listen.
reincarnate
Make it
Jason
happen.
Kidd. and
All I'm
shit,
telling
man.
you is
That's
make
the
it
only way
happen.
you getting there.
All I'm telling you is make it happen.
Reincarnate
It ain't
Jason
happened
Kidd,
yet.
you might get there.
It ain't
again.
happened yet.
It ain't gonna happen for
You're
y'all.
right. It's not gonna happen for y'all.
For y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
For y'all.
Once again, close but no cigar.
Have y'all
Once
won?
again.
Have y'all won before?
You know what I'm saying?
Have you won?
Once again,
Have
close
y'all
but
won?
no cigar.
Have y'all won?
Once again, close but no cigar.
I'd rather be
All right.
close than not get there at all.
Okay.
I'd
All
rather
right,
be
so-
close.
So
You'd
let's
rather be disappointed every year.
Let's move.
I don't
on.
like being
We're
disappointed.
spinning our wheels here.
Yeah, I got some questions.
All right.
Let me throw them
Oh,
up
you
here.
got a question?
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Ready? Here we go.
Ain't no nets in there, right?
No, hell.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
I'm not
Did
mad. I'm not
Did you
mad.
make your first hour announcement?
Yes.
Yeah.
He
Oh, I
did.
thought he said half hour. I didn't know what I got.
Yeah, it's an hour power. Okay.
No, when he did the phone call.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That was the half
Oh,
hour.
tell them
Right.
tell them how they can see us on.
I say it
Oh.
again.
Yeah.
All right. So again, Yeah, all right.
These
So,
are trivias?
no, so before
He's
we
doing
go,
the first
it's the
hour.
first
I know what I'm
hour,
talking
first
about.
stop to next stop.
I do this
It's
show,
Super
boy.
Dave, Coach Kurt, G Money in the building, Slick the Relic,
The living fossil.
and Todd the
Show you
Magnificent.
alive?
Shout out to Tiny who's here with us,
Yes,
holding
sir.
us down.
Doing what he do.
All right, so phone lines are still open 516-206-0711. We're also on Facebook and YouTube. Like and share. Tell a friend, tell a foe. We're every Monday, 4:30 to 6:30. Sports at its finest. Let's go.
Okay, first question. Baseball questions. Ready? What is the rarest thing in the Major
In
League
the
Baseball?
MLB?
The rarest thing.
Inside the park home run.
No,
Triple play?
That's what I was
no.
doing.
No.
This has only been done one time.
Really?
Only one time. So it's the rarest thing.
No, not a triple play.
Quadruple play.
Two have been done. quite a
How
few
you
times.
gonna do a
That's
Infield,
somebody do
inside
something
the
different.
park
man.
home
Somebody
run.
do something silly.
Don't
That's
listen to
how you
him.
get a triple play. Sometimes somebody do
Yeah.
something silly.
It
listen
can't
to
be
this
four, bro.
Triple play has happened multiple times.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I
it's
know
not
that.
it's not the rarest thing. Right?
Infield, inside the
I
park
got
home
this.
Infield inside the park home run.
run. I just
Dion-
But it's inside the park home run, right?
Right.
So that's been done before, right?
how many
I understand.
infield.
How about a
This thing's only
run?
been done once.
How about a run? Well, say you might as well call it a home run without getting a hit.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. But no, that's not it. That's interesting.
That was
Wow.
a lifeline,
Oh,
coach.
wow.
Only one player has done it. One player has done it. I give you a hint.
Okay.
His son is in the league
Now?
now. His son is in the league right now.
Still don't know what it is, no matter if you know who the person
If you
is.
if you
know
figure out the
you're
son,
saying if you know the son,
if you
you'll
figure
know
out the
play.
son,
You'll
then
know
you
what
figure out
the
you
play
figure
is.
out
Son
what
is
it
playing
is.
in the league right now. That's
Surge, call up Surge.
Yeah. If he,
Glad
no,
Guerrero.
they never played in the same team.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Who?
Black.
No.
Nah.
Good guess though. Good guess.
All right, so just give us the name. then we
Hold
can-
it. Father and son playing on the same team?
No.
No, he said they just
They
the
didn't play on
son
the
play
same
now.
team.
No, I'm just saying K Griffey and
No, we had
No,
that before.
no,
we
no.
had that before.
Yeah, we had that, but it's not. Not that.
We still trying to figure out what the play is. So just tell us who the person is. You still ain't probably.
Probably
The son play on the Padres. Think of
Tap T Pat.
there you go. There you go.
Jeez.
What about it?
His
That's
father.
the name. That's the name.
All right, so what
His
What did he
father
go
had two
to?
grand slams in one inning.
Wow.
Oh,
Two grand slams in one
damn, that,
inning.
for some reason that seemed like that
That might
happened.
not
No, it had
That
never happened.
that
Never happened.
happened.
Oh, I forgot. I
That's
didn't put
deep.
down the year,
That's
but
Oh
it's
wow!
but he's the only one.
So
that's
what
done.
was the score of that game?
I don't know. They won.
18-0.
Yo, that
That's
is
deep.
a
Yeah,
feat.
it's
I
a
gotta
feat.
look- I gotta look that game.
Yeah, look it up. In one inning. Okay.
That
I
is
just
a
wanna see
Here's
the
a
score.
there's an interesting question right here. Another baseball question. Name a player who has broken up a no-hitter 81 times with a home run.
The same guy did it 81 times.
I'm
That's
done.
amazing.
Same
Oh,
player.
I'm done right now. Wow.
That's amazing.
Same
I'm
player.
gonna go out. I'm gonna
Broke
just
up
say
a
Babe
no-hitter.
Ruth.
Willie Mays.
81. Nope.
I'm gonna say Babe Ruth.
81 times.
So throw us a
That's what- it
lifeline.
sound like
Is it a
something far away away.
prolific home run hitter?
Forster,
No, not prolific, but he had his share of home.
Bagwell.
Nope.
Lou Gehrig.
No.
Is he still playing today?
No, he's not playing today.
Did he play in the 70s?
He played in the 80s. He played it. No. Did he play? He played 80s, 90s. I think he played 2 decades.
John Green said Barry Bonds.
No.
Ricky
Okay.
Henderson.
That's
There
where
you
I was
go.
going. I swear
There
you
you
took the
go.
words out of my mouth. That's
There
what
you
I
go.
was
You know why I
gonna
said
say.
So
that?
Ricky
that's because
Henderson.
it's lead off home run.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I said
Yeah.
that.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that too.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, wow.
I always
Yeah.
want to say
That's
that.
the
He
Lead off
broke
home
up
run.
a net at the beginning of the
Right,
game.
yeah.
He
Mix it up.
led off the game
That was
81
a trick
times.
question.
Yes, it was.
All right.
Okay, another baseball question. Okay. Name 3 players that have hit home runs in every major league ballpark. There's 6 of them, but I want 3.
Gary Sheffield.
No.
What's his name?
Active players. Active.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
about
sorry.
to say,
Oh, they
he
playing
had
right
all
now?
them
They're
players.
playing right now. They have hit a home
Aaron
run.
Judge?
No, Judge is not one of them.
The kid on the Angels.
Jorge Otani.
No.
What's my man on the Angels?
Navy ballpark.
Not the Angels. What's my
Mike
man?
Trout.
Mike Trout.
No.
No. 3 active players that's hit.
It's 6 of them. He said.
There's 6
He
of
only
them,
wants 3.
But the 3 of them and the names that Jordan is not part of the 6.
Guerrero.
1 is on the Yankees.
Ain't that hard.
Baseball is always kind of
So
different.
one might be on the Mets. Juan Soto.
Soto is one of them. One
He
is
gave
on the-
that away when he said.
No, I didn't say mention the Mets.
No, he
Well,
said
he was
one's
a
on the
Yankee.
Yankees.
Okay, I said 1 is on the Yankees now.
Now,
Right.
you said now.
Bad
his name?
Guerrero.
No, Guerrero's on the
Bellinger?
Yankees.
Well, John Green said that.
Yes,
Bellinger?
Bellinger.
No, it's not Bellinger.
It's not
Shout out
Bellinger.
to Mike Jones.
I give you that.
Oh.
The guy in the Yankees is always hurt.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. You
Oh,
told Gina Carlo. Gina Carlo. I know
Oh,
this.
oh,
Yeah, that's
wow.
how I was going.
Stan.
Cause
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, one more. There's other guys on the Padres.
Machado.
There you go.
Manny Machado.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, good. That's
Okay.
good.
Speaking of him, when do they talk about him coming back?
Oh, what, is he
Stanton.
suspended? Or he-
No, Stanton.
Oh, Stan.
They talk about him coming back yet?
They were saying he was coming along.
Yeah. Was that after the All-Star break?
Well,
What he got? Just a pull hammy, right?
Yeah.
Was it pull, how long?
Because he's muscle bound. He's muscle bound.
He runs
yeah,
so
all
stiff.
muscle.
All right. Only NBA team to be swept twice since the year 2000.
The Nets.
Swept Tice in the playoffs.
You got to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
for that to happen.
It's not. That's close.
You got to be
Because
in
I
the
think one they
playoffs.
got swept and the other one was 4-1.
Yeah,
if I
4-1.
believe.
Cleveland.
Cleveland is the answer. Yesterday. Wow. Both times with LeBron.
Yeah, I just couldn't resist.
You're not paying attention.
He wasn't
You're not
even
No,
paying
what was that Grand Slam question again?
Only guy to hit a grand.
Only had,
That only happened once in
the
Major
rarest
League.
thing. 2 Grand Slams in one
One
inning.
inning.
Oh, in one inning.
One
What
inning.
year was that?
He's trying to look it up.
Look,
Yeah,
look up
no,
Tatis.
I went to look at the score.
Look up Tatis. It'd be it.
No, Tatis is here. I was looking up. The
Okay,
score.
here go another basketball question. Name an MVP, NBA MVP that never made it to the finals. There's 3 of them.
NBA MVP.
That never made it to the
Never
championship
made it to
game.
the finals.
Embiid.
Embiid is one.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
It must be a net. No, let me say.
You're probably right.
MVP of the league. Never make it to the final.
Oh shit! It's a good question.
That's a great question.
No,
I
no,
mean,
Clemson
he
got
went.
to the finals.
He got to the final.
The year they won.
LA.
Yeah, they won the MVP. I think he got to.
Yeah.
Play LA.
Right.
Walter Coleman's not MVP, right?
Who?
Dame Time.
No.
No.
Is it, are they active players, the rest of them?
The other 2 are not playing anymore.
Right. Yeah. Ooh.
Who's not playing?
Nope.
No, Barkley made it to
Barkley
the
Walker made it to the finals.
He
made
made
it.
it.
Yeah. These players never even made it to the. They didn't make it to.
Is
Bernard King?
Nope.
He wasn't an
Dominique?
MVP. in the
Bernard
league.
King was
He
MVP.
was
No.
MVP, right?
I was
Dominique
trying to
was
make,
MVP.
trying to
you-
make
you-
one. Dominique Wilkins?
No. Dominique was MVP too.
No, I wasn't sure. It's got to be one of them
Jordan,
Jordan.
you got me stuck.
You'll get it. You'll get it. I
It was
got
in the
faith in you.
90s?
I got faith in you.
Yeah, I think it was them Jordan years.
Was it the 90s?
Why?
No,
Nah.
it's after that.
It was
Gotta
after the
be
Jordan
that.
years?
After-
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
because they
I
made
know.
it to the finals.
What's his name?
No, he said never make it.
The
to
guard, the
finals.
coach of the next coach. The guard.
Yeah, yes.
Jason Kidd?
No,
No.
Nash.
Nash.
The Nets.
Nash.
Nash
Oh,
is one.
Nash.
Nash.
Right, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right.
And who's the other
No,
one?
he never made it.
Never made it.
There's another one.
more?
One more.
I told you it was a net.
It's after-
Yo, he is blowing you up right
He's blowing me
now.
up.
No, he's not.
He on the couch with us.
Yo.
How's he blowing us
No,
up?
he's not.
He on the
Listen,
couch with us.
listen,
It hurts when they win it all.
listen.
They right now he just like, oh,
Could you,
let me
could you,
just
could
get
you,
this
could you
out.
pay attention? Like y'all are gone. We just got pushed in the water. Come on. So,
You just got pushed in the water.
Yeah, a
Saturday
couple
night.
days ago.
All right, so you're drowning just like us. We drowned
No,
already,
brother,
and y'all
Your
drowning
dad
right
was
now.
on-
Right,
Right,
we
so
can't
you-
even hear
So you're
you.
drowning
You
now.
was on vacation at the All-Star break.
So you're
That's it,
drowning
man.
now. Right?
Open the season. That's what he's talking about.
So
Open the
so you're
tempo.
drowning now, right?
Oh,
You know this is
shout out.
this is a lava lamp,
All
right?
right. Well, hold on.
As stuff go up, stuff go back down, and the other stuff go back up. You know that, right?
Well, hold. With the
only
answer-
on your toilet.
Answer right. Exactly. So Mel Nelson said this. D Rose.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
So,
You're right.
Yeah.
Right, Mel.
shout out to Cleo Smalls. Shout out to Mel watching. All right.
Okay, this question is not as good, but it's the least populated NFL state.
Pittsburgh.
No.
Yo,
Let me say.
is it?
The least
Yo, that's
populated
funny. Yo,
The least populated state.
NFL state.
Ain't got nothing.
Rams is not in St. Louis no more. It's
No.
one of them Midwest. Is it Minnesota?
No, it's not Minnesota.
Titans.
Tennessee? No.
Charlotte.
Not sure. No.
I mean, see, them places people ain't got nothing to do but go to
I
football
know.
games.
Yeah,
That's why you
that's
can't
all
do
that's
that.
there.
Right.
You can't do that.
But this
Oh,
one,
Cleo said Buffalo. That's
no,
it. Nah.
no.
They ain't got nothing to do up there but go to football
Yeah,
games.
Fight the
Hey.
snow.
Yeah, they go out there. With
AFC, NFC.
good question.
AFC.
The Dolphins?
No, it's Miami.
I know that.
The state, not the city.
No, I know the
Green
state.
Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, I
That's
see
what-
what you're saying. I'm thinking.
That's what
city.
John
Yeah.
Green and
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Mel, they say Green Bay.
No.
I ain't think so neither. Cause
Green-
those guys are stockholders.
Wisconsin. He's talking
Yeah.
about Wisconsin. No, but you got to say not city, state.
The state.
So they said Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So they,
I give you a hint.
Don't tell me it's Cleveland.
I gave you a hint. Where's Cleveland at?
Ohio.
Okay.
okay, got it.
I give you a hint. Team recently moved to this state.
Las Vegas? No.
Yeah, there you
Las
go.
Vegas?
Nevada. Nevada.
Nevada.
Oh,
Wow.
well, eh,
Yeah.
That's-
Nevada's the
Oh.
most least popular
It is.
state.
Yeah, that,
That-
yes,
that-
it would.
that-
I wouldn't have believed that.
Yeah, I
Nah,
know.
I
I
know.
know.
Well, you know,
Casinos
Same way,
and all that
same
out
way
there?
you don't think the Nets are gonna go do anything.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Got to be a believer.
nah,
Yeah.
Cleo, Jersey ain't it.
Those are big states.
Well, you know, I guess they gamble there, and like.
But he
it's
said, but people come and visit. They don't
Right,
live
Right,
there.
they don't live
That's
there.
the difference.
And people, and you just talking about that one
And
area.
that's, yeah, it's one area.
You talking about Vegas?
Yeah, that
talking
makes
about
a
the rest
lot of
the state.
sense. Makes a
Other
lot
than
of sense.
Vegas and Reno, that's about it.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Right. So I was hoping that Scotty called back, but again he didn't, and he sort of long.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
So
Um,
when is the final show? Thursday?
yeah, Thursday.
Oh, okay. I thought they originally said it was going to be Tuesday.
No, the 5th.
I know the fifth. He
Yeah,
kept
the
saying number the fifth. That's Thursday.
So if it would have been a game 7 tonight, they still would have been like
Thursday.
They still would have
right.
Start
It would have been
Thursday, okay.
Thursday,
Everything
but
was like.
it would have been for all the marbles.
Mm.
It would have stretched it.
Mhm.
And reality bites. So like again, if it's just hard regardless. And I get what the real tight knit Knick fans say, but if your team was better, reality bite. 7 games, I can hear a more valid argument, but
They
you're
can
going to
who
6.
who can they get besides role plays? They can't get nobody
No, everybody-
worth nobody.
Who?
Anybody,
Well,
unless
you
they
make-
make a trade.
Well,
No.
Make
You
a
got
trade.
you got Giannis out there. You got KD
they
out
have to
there.
make a trade.
There's got to be a trade, but it could be done.
Right, but to get Giannis,
Uh,
you're giving up. You
Giving up. You got to do what you got to. If you listen, the Knicks are in a state, and not to even give this guy a little bit of, but they got to do what they got to do to win
Yeah,
now because you've been here
Right.
too many times, and it's not good. You're not going to stay up
You're
there
not gonna
forever.
endure, right.
So you better get somebody now
Yeah,
to
but
get
who's
that.
gonna
You know,
what would Milwaukee want from
Well, Milwaukee don't have any picks.
yeah. So whoever they can
They
take,
might
you
have
might
to-
have to pick. You would have to package OG.
Right.
You might have to package Hall. You might have to package Robinson, or even if
about
they
Cat?
take Cat, and
Or
they
Cat.
said Cat too.
Now, Cat make a lot of money.
Yeah, he makes $53 million
Right,
next
and,
year.
and I think he got 2 more
How
years.
much is
in him.
Giannis making?
He's making big money too.
He's making
Well,
big money
we-
too. But
That's a wash almost.
Yeah.
Really.
But yeah,
So,
so here go the
for that, you got KD out there. He's not going back to Phoenix.
No,
and we don't.
You know
need
what I
him.
mean?
I don't think we need him anyway.
You may say you don't need him, but if you look at these playoffs for everything that y'all do, for what he does, that's definitely somebody you miss for what he could do on that court. You know, I think he would fit good with that team because you're winning.
If the offense changed,
right? Well, that's a whole thing too. But you got to understand, with him playing out there, he's going to play his own way anyway.
Yeah.
He ain't listening to tips. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
see, that's not necessarily true.
Huh?
But I get what you're saying.
But
But
you
that's
know-
not necessarily true because if the coach pull you, you just can't go sub yourself back in.
Coach ain't pulling him, man. Come on.
You know?
guys like that ain't get pulled.
Well,
That ain't gonna happen.
I'm quite sure that they were saying that once he got into Phoenix, and what they do there?
Yeah, but
He did what he did there. They just ain't got no players in Phoenix.
who
They got no, but they got rid of their whole team.
You saw Budenholzer pull them?
If Tibbs
No.
pulls
No.
KD,
I didn't see
he's
that.
getting
Didn't he
fired.
get fired? Budenholzer?
Yes.
Yeah,
He did get fired.
Yeah, they
They
let him
got
go.
some-
They're
yeah,
looking
they
for a
did.
new coach. They're looking for the coach.
If Tibbs
Two
pulls
people,
KD,
two
he's
people
getting
from
fired.
Cleveland is the front
Yeah.
runners.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
thought he
remember
got
that
pulled. He
name.
got 1 year,
They
and they
fired
got
about 3 coaches.
yo. They give you a year and you
But-
done. But they said him and Whatchacom couldn't stand each other.
Who,
KD and Budenholzer. KD said he has no respect for him, none. So it's crazy.
All right, Mel, talk to us.
Going on,
All right.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What get
Uncle Kurt?
How you
how's
been,
the
brother?
Thai life?
How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man.
I know that's
can't
right.
complain.
I know
I'm
that's
blessed.
right.
all right? So
So yeah, I'm still in mourning.
okay.
You know. Okay. Yeah. You know, I'm a Knicks fan for life.
Yes, yes,
And I
yes.
said maybe my grandkids will get to see the Knicks win a chip one
Oh
day.
my God! Don't go that route. Don't go that route.
Hey. Well, hey, I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you something. I heard Collinsworth say something the other day, and it makes the most sense. KD is the only answer for the foreseeable future
For who? The Knicks?
for the Knicks.
He's
Really?
a relic. He's like the fossil over here. He's old.
The fossil.
He still put up
That's all right. That's all right. But he could spot up and shoot.
Yes.
He can handle and shoot, and he's good defensively.
And he can shoot.
Until he's a what they call that, the knife, the all-purpose knife. What they call that knife?
I know what you talk about. The Swiss was it?
Swiss Army.
Yeah. He's a Swiss knife right now. He's what the Knicks
I don't know
need.
about the
I'm telling you.
defensive side
Yo,
talking about.
hold on.
Think about it. Think about it.
Listen. The Knicks do not need KD. As much as I like KD, we don't need KD. He'll come over to the Knicks and get hurt and be out for the whole season. We don't need
And-
that kind of body right now. That body right now is not good. When he went to Jersey, what happened? The Nets. What happened? KD need another shooter like him, like Curry, in order for him to shine. It's not going to happen.
He got Brunson.
No. Bronson ain't a shooter like that. He's not a shooter like that. He need a gun shooter.
Right.
He need a gun shooter for KD to operate better that way. Other than that, he's going to get hurt.
And
We
the
don't need
offense-
nobody that's going to
You
get
just
hurt.
got to play. You got to have a team with defense because he had a shooter in Phoenix.
Right.
Booker's a shooter.
See,
They just had no defense on that
No,
team.
no.
and that's the
Yeah.
problem with the Knicks for as long as I've known them. And they always get in these washed up, past tense players, giving them X amount of $1 million and stuff like that, and they don't show up. First off, you got to have the
KD
shell.
don't need the money. KD don't need the money
listen,
now. He
First
want a
off,
ring.
no, listen.
I'm telling you, he's the answer for the Knicks.
You got to have a special kind of person to play on the Knicks team. In order for them to go up in that garden, it's something about that garden that bring the bitches out of some of them players. Because some of them players don't play right until they leave the Knicks. All of a sudden, they become
KD
better players
shined
when
in
they leave.
Brooklyn. He was shining
No,
without his toe on the line.
Who? KD?
Without his toe. Yeah, without his toe on the
How
line. We
far
were
did they
talking a
go?
different story
How
about
far
Brooklyn.
did they go?
Ask this guy right
Calm
here.
down, man.
Wait.
No.
Wait,
How far did
guy
they
right
go
here.
with KD on there? We got
hurt.
Hold on. No. We was souped up. We was all souped up. All right, KD coming to the next.
Got hurt.
Look what happened. He got hurt. We don't need no accident-prone cat on the Knicks.
He's old.
I'll tell you this, and this is real funny.
2-3 years.
This is real fun. He got a
telling
couple
you.
of more good years left. And I just mentioned that. I don't know if you was talking. I was just telling the guys that. But the ironic thing about that is, at one time, I think the Knicks were looking at him, and he shunned them.
He wanted to
He
go
should-
to
He did.
when the
He
Nets.
did.
He
He
shunned
did.
them and said nobody
He
wants to
did.
play for the Knicks.
Right.
I never forget that.
I
So
remember that.
I don't know if they would accept him here now. After that, I don't think so.
If I was
Yeah,
Dolan,
yeah.
I'll take
I don't
Tibbs and
think-
put him on
He's
the
a little
side,
harsh.
and I would grab KD for a discount.
Yeah, we need Kyrie to come with him.
No, you don't want Kyrie neither.
Oh,
No, they said-
You
I
talking
don't
about
know.
KD getting
I
Shout out
don't
to
know.
Kevin Godfrey.
I don't want
Gotta
Kyrie.
check in.
They set in Dallas. They don't need
Yeah,
it.
he's
They,
got,
they all right.
yeah, he got
KD
money.
might go to
He
Dallas.
definitely got money.
They don't need him in Dallas.
No, definitely don't.
But I don't see nobody else. If somebody young without KD, I don't see an answer for the Knicks.
So then it's a running back. then.
So what about
That's what we gotta
Giannis?
do.
So what about Giannis?
Yeah, but at what cost?
You
You got to
It's
get
gonna
rid of the whole
cost.
You gonna-
It's
team.
gonna
maximize
cost.
He'll
the
sell
Knicks to get
tickets.
Giannis.
He'll sell tickets,
No, you
but
just
I don't think.
it'll be him and Jalen running together and whoever they put
And that's
around them.
it.
They got to change their offense. If they
Yeah.
brought somebody in like that, they would have to change. Same thing with Giannis. Same thing with KD. You got to change the offense. The offense got to change.
You have to.
The scheme.
You
But
have
see,
to.
but see, like I
Brunson
said, all
is
that
too
sounds
small
good
right
right,
now.
until you get into the playoffs and he's still only playing 7 to 8 guys a game.
I don't think that's gonna happen no more. I truly
Okay,
believe
we'll
you have to
see.
change.
I think we could work it out and get rid of him by then.
We could play four
I
guys.
think
We
so.
could play four guys
I
and
think
still
so.
beat the Nets.
I don't think they're gonna allow him to
But
coach
he-
that way
You
anymore.
heard me.
No, I didn't hear you.
I said we can play four guys and still beat
Okay.
you.
If he comes
You
back
guys ain't
next year
going
with
nowhere.
the same coaching style, I don't think he'll last the whole year.
Thank you
next
for
year.
the 5 picks.
Neither. Yeah, Tibbs got to
Use
go.
them wisely. Use them wisely.
Tibbs got to
Use them
go.
wisely.
We
Yeah, we'll
tired
see.
of that.
Get
Yeah.
a nice little
Yeah.
point
So you
guard.
feel Tim should be out too, Amel?
Yeah, Tibbs got to go. He got to go.
I
You
think
know
5
what?
years is enough.
You know who did? You know who showed me a lot? OG. He showed me his limitations, but with the right coach, I think he can grab it. You know, he can do it.
With some sticking
But
on
OG
his
is
hands,
limited.
right?
This guy don't play nobody.
That's what it sounds like.
He's gonna play Shamet hit a shot. I said, oh damn, he's still on the team.
He was that. That's a desperation move.
But you know,
Yeah.
he also has a tendency to have somebody in the doghouse. So Cameron Payne happened to subsequently. He was in almost street clothes.
He was supposed to be on street club.
well,
he-
well,
Yeah, he was supposed to be.
I don't know what he was.
He was a bum.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, he was a bum.
That's the reason why. I would have
It's
sat
too
sat
late.
him down
No.
too.
That crooked shot he
Yeah,
shoots.
man.
We
Sorry,
need
that's
the
ugliest
bums.
One of the ugliest shots.
Yo, listen, we need the bums. Understand something. Why do we need the bums? To sacrifice. Get out there, foul a cat. Get them out there.
Yeah.
He ain't bring no
Foul
guys
him.
to do
Yeah.
that. He ain't bring
Saying
guys
that.
to do that.
Do me a favor, go get 3
Yo,
fouls, punch
yo,
somebody in the nose.
As a matter of fact, that was one of the issues. Brunson was getting in foul trouble too quick.
Too quick.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
Right.
when you got
Right.
Brunson and Cat in foul trouble, when you turn who you turn to after that?
That's why.
Nobody, because they beating me
Yeah,
up,
think
but
it
I
was
can't
I think
beat
it was
them
like
up.
4 straight games. He
It's
got in
not
foul trouble,
even.
right?
Maybe we should brought
Three
in
or four
Cam and Sham.
She came when he got no foul trouble.
Yeah, he don't play no
Cam
D.
would have put up 40.
He don't play no D.
Cam would have kept y'all in the
Right.
play.
The only one
He
that's
would've scored 40 and
fearless
gave him
is Deuce.
42.
And Deuce will punch
Y'all
somebody
was
in the
doing that
nose.
anyway, so it's like, okay. Y'all was doing that anyway.
Deuce is solid. It'd be nice if Deuce was about 3 inches taller.
Reggie, man, you quiet over
Right,
there.
exactly, because he's fearless.
solid. He's
I
solid.
like him a
I
lot.
like him too. He's solid. He's
I
solid.
don't know.
Yeah.
no.
He's playing defense. He up
Y'all
in
go run
someone's
back.
drawers like Muncie Bogues.
If
You
y'all
know,
don't run
I
it
like
back and
him.
y'all go after Giannis, y'all repeating exactly what y'all did last
You just saying that because you want Giannis.
No.
That's what you saying it 'cause you want
No,
Giannis.
I'm saying if they
If-
go
If
go
you
after
if you
Giannis,
could get Giannis, you get him. You get him.
Giannis
right,
sell
but what I'm
tickets.
Get
saying-
him.
He
what
sell
I'm
out.
saying
The
is
Garden's
they
already
repeating what they
sold
did
out.
last year. They did a
Regardless,
bunch of stuff to
regardless.
get
Yeah.
Cat
They
in.
don't know. They
tickets,
don't
I'll
got.
tell
They
you
didn't
that
go
much.
get a bunch of stars because nobody who they got is on Giannis level. If you could get a guy like Giannis, you get him.
Right, I understand
You
it, but
crazy.
you're gonna give up a lot of stuff.
So what? So what?
y'all
You
Giannis
do
is
it.
the MVP. Yeah,
You do it. You do
damn right.
it.
that.
You do
And
it.
no-
And
There's
you
nobody
build- and
standing
you build
online to
around
say
him.
I'm not taking
You do
Giannis
that.
if he's
So
available.
you might not
Nobody.
even have
Do
Tibbs
that.
no more.
You know.
You know what I'm
do
saying?
that.
Because to be fair with them,
Wait.
then he's gone.
So you wouldn't go after Giannis?
I'm going after Giannis.
Oh, okay.
Me,
Oh.
Nets, yeah.
Yeah.
I already
I'm
told
going
y'all
for Giannis.
Everybody's
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
1,000%.
When I was saying this in the beginning of the season,
You wasn't
it
saying
was
that.
sounding ludicrous.
You wasn't saying
What?
that at the
Saying
beginning.
what?
Yeah, he was. He said it.
No, you gotta. If you gotta,
Sometimes I said
if
it.
you
We
gotta-
said it on Kurt.
You said it.
No.
You said it. When
we
the
know
Nets-
you
when the
want to
Nets
go
was
after him,
35
of
games
course.
behind. That's
But when
what
you
said.
got a
No,
talent,
that's a lie.
when you
That's a lie.
when you
I've
got
been
a
saying
talent like
Giannis from the
Giannis, you gotta go after him if you could get a shot
I've
at
been
him.
saying Giannis
You
from the
have to.
beginning. Now all
You
of a
have
sudden
to.
everybody's talking about Giannis. Get out of
Oh.
here.
Nah, you
Y'all
absolutely
out of here.
And now you say
Well,
with,
he's a free agent. He said he wants to go play some
Yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah.
So why can't the Knicks ask
Yeah,
for him?
yeah.
Do you have the
yeah.
right to pass
Yeah.
it because you said it first?
Huh?
Do you have the right to
I've
pass
been
it?
no. The
You said it
question
first?
is, listen. When Noah told y'all it's the flood, you gotta believe him.
Shout out to
All
Kevin
right?
Parker.
No, y'all didn't believe him. Y'all let him build an ark. Y'all laughed at him. Then when the flood came, hey, yo, let us in, let us get out of here now. You up out of here.
You stupid.
You know what?
That's right. I've been telling y'all about Giannis.
Giannis with
The only
or
way-
Giannis without
I'm sitting
it.
here
The
agreeing
only,
with
the
y'all.
the only way
Come
that
on,
can
man.
happen
Get outta here.
because he's not a free agent if he asked out,
Right.
and he asked out.
Right.
If they would have won, if they would have been winning and won, he wouldn't have asked out. There would be
But
no
we
Giannis
knew
talk.
that wasn't going to
There
happen.
would be no
You didn't
Giannis
know that.
talk.
Yes, we did.
You didn't.
I
True,
knew that.
true.
You knew
But
that.
Giannis
You knew
with
that they
Tibbs
would-
or
Once I
Giannis
see-
without
Once I
Tibbs?
see Cleveland and Boston doing well, in Minnesota,
what happened to them?
Milwaukee was looking.
What happened to them?
Milwaky was looking better. I'm
What
talking about
happened to
during the
them?
regular season.
What happened to
They
them?
shot themselves out the playoffs.
Oh, okay. So that can happen.
And I
anytime.
told you what kid.
So that-
And
so that can happen
Lillard,
anytime.
he's not healthy.
I said,
Lillard
what
is
kid
not
he
healthy.
doing? He ain't
He's
going nowhere. Did I
KG
say that?
You didn't say that
2.0.
about Boston.
Well, Boston got hurt, and you got surprised.
Boston.
That was a surprise.
Stop.
The Nick game, the Nick Boston series was a surprise
Yeah,
to you.
I was surprised.
Yeah, of
Exactly.
course.
So you wasn't surprised Indiana beat Cleveland.
No, I wasn't, because I told y'all what Cleveland was
You
going to
did not pick Indiana.
But
Stop.
they was hurt.
No,
They
I
was
didn't. I
hurt.
picked
Cleveland was
Cleveland
hurt
to
too.
lose.
No, you didn't.
Come on.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
You got
I like
I
a
told
healthy
you straight
Cleveland
up.
better than Indiana.
We gonna check.
Hold on,
I
hold on.
think Dave
All
got it
right,
written
all
down
right.
somewhere.
Maybe he do, but I told y'all
Oh,
straight
God,
up,
maybe
Kenny.
he do that.
I told y'all straight up, Kenny ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, okay. They had the best record. What
I
are you
told you
talking
straight
about?
up, Kenny.
They had the best
I
record.
told you Kenny wasn't
They
going
had
nowhere
the best
because they
record.
only
He hates
shoot
him.
threes.
He hates Kenny.
Yeah, I know.
He
I
hates
told
him.
you they only shoot threes and layups. They not going
Yeah,
nowhere.
hates
Y'all
Kenny.
kept laughing about the threes and layups. What happened? They shot themselves out the games. Threes and layups.
All teams shoot themselves out
No,
the
they
game
don't.
shooting threes
No,
and
they.
layups.
Oh yeah, the threes and
All the
layup
teams.
teams.
Yeah.
Say that. Don't say all the teams.
Well,
The
Boston led the league in threes.
Yes.
Boston.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Say it again, Mel. He didn't hear you, man.
I knew that. I
Yeah,
told y'all
Boston
that.
led the league in threes
I told y'all that.
Oh,
from the
okay.
beginning. Remember when
I
they
said
beat the
Boston
Knicks by
led the
like
league in
1,000
Right.
And
and they
Cleveland
shoot
had the highest
50 threes?
threes. And when they finished the season, they were second. I forgot behind who, but they wound up being second.
So that's why they got knocked out.
They got knocked out because they didn't have a game plan. They didn't have plan B.
That was the game plan.
Right, they didn't have a
And they
plan
was
B.
hurt.
Oh, okay.
Both of them didn't have a plan B. Keep
Well,
shooting them.
Well,
What game- let me
what,
ask you a question. What game do you be watching where the teams don't shoot? Everybody shoot threes in this
No,
league.
not like them.
Everybody
not
shoot
like
threes.
I know
like
they shot the
Boston.
most. I give
Not
you
like
that.
Boston and not like Cleveland. Cleveland, I told y'all he wanted 53s a game. That's what he wanted when he was with the Nets.
Well, they didn't have that type of team.
Right, but he still was shooting them. He still
Okay.
was putting up 40.
But then y'all made the playoffs.
Come on, man.
That's probably the last time y'all made the
It
playoffs.
was the last time.
Yeah, that's the last time y'all
Come
made the
on,
playoffs.
man.
It was the last
Wait a minute.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that
tell-
is the last time.
Look.
Oh, you just skipping over that?
No,
one.
I'm not skipping over that because
Oh,
the
okay.
following year we was 8 games behind. We was 8 games under 500, and then he left because KD and Kyrie was coming. And he left. Kyrie
No, they
was
got
there.
rid of them.
Kyrie was
They
there.
got rid of
he
him.
left.
He didn't
stepped
leave.
down. He
He
got
didn't
up out of
leave.
there.
No, they
You
got
know what I'm
rid of
saying?
him.
But
They
we
didn't
were
want him.
the point is we
They
was
didn't
8
want
games
him.
under 500. We were 2 games over 500 when we made the playoff. 2 games.
And
All right.
Mm.
The follow. All right. So now it look like we coming up. Oh yeah, he's working. Then we was wound up 8 games under 500. So that let me just say this.
Yeah, say that.
When you got a team that shoots threes, right?
Mhm.
Like volume threes, like Boston, whatever.
Okay.
You got to do that for 4 games
Yes.
in every series.
It didn't Boston do
Be
that last
hot.
year?
That's
And
what
be
they
hot.
did.
Okay.
And that's why they continue to do it now.
No,
But
did-
that's that. To
didn't
me,
Golden State
to
win
me-
games like that?
No, Golden State were first of all they got the best 3-point shooter in the.
Well,
in
that
the
makes a
history of
big difference.
That
yes.
makes a. And then they had Klay Thompson.
And
which was
Klay
just as good
Thompson,
at the
come
time.
on now.
Right. So
And Thompson ain't
but
no
then,
bum.
like I told you, they didn't shoot the most threes then. They shot high percentage, they made the most.
The game, that's the game of the basketball anyway. Now
No, it's not,
It is.
though.
It is.
No,
What the
it's
hell?
not.
Where's low post basketball right now? Do you see that right now?
You're not listening.
Do you see that?
There's
Listen.
nobody throwing
I
No,
see.
it's changed.
There's no.
I see. That's the
The
game.
team-
That's the game that's being played right now.
Oklahoma right now is not throwing up 53s.
They don't. You saying
That's
50?
the
They shoot a lot
difference.
too. They shoot
What
a
I'm
lot.
telling-
Everybody in the league. Just
What
because
I'm
they shoot the
telling you,
most,
that's the.
I'm
that's
not.
the
I don't
problem.
give a damn about who
That's the
shoots the
problem.
most.
Shooting the
The
most
name
is
of the game. The
problem.
game that's being played now. That's the
We
game that's being
understand
played
that,
now.
But shooting 50.
So I don't care
Let me
about
tell
who
you
shoots the
something.
most
There's
or whatever.
There's a great
Averages
area
up
for
all
shooting.
league wide.
It is.
Averages
It
up.
is.
You're not making them. There's
Yeah.
a great
It is.
area. Y'all,
It
y'all
is.
see what I'm saying?
That's a gray area if you're not making no shot, whether
Right.
it's a 3 or 2 or
Right.
layup or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
But
the
when
name of
you
the game
shoot-
is you
but when
got to
you're
make
shooting
shots.
50 and you're
So
not making
what?
them and you
Hold
continue
on.
to throw them up, you're giving the game away to the,
Now,
to the your
hold
opponent.
on. Now, listen. Let me tell you what's going on right now. You got a lot of scared ass people that's scared to go up to the rim. So everybody want to be a 3-point shooter.
Right.
So that's how all the games are being played now. Everybody's shooting on the outside. Everybody's scared to go in and everything. Like Cat, as tall as he is, he should have been going to the rim every
He
time.
was going to the rim,
instead
but
of-
not every time.
Nah, he wasn't
Not
going.
every time.
Yeah,
No,
but
he was
can't
shooting
jump. He
outside
can't jump but
more.
2 inches
Right,
off the
instead of
ground.
going to the
They blocking shots more than anybody.
Yeah, he do.
But you're asking again. When you talk about Cat, you're asking too much. That's not his game.
Right.
You got to
Right.
understand people's games. And that's not Cat game for him to be go. And he does go to it from now when he does
Right,
do it.
once in a while.
And he could go left or right. But you want
Right.
him to play. He's 7 feet, and I get it. You want him to be a low block player, but that's not his game.
No.
He's not. That's not
his
him.
game.
But see, just like Greg said earlier, when who was it that went for the layup, and instead of him taking them 2 points, he
Oh,
kicked it out.
Duke.
That's what
Yeah.
they do.
That was
That's everybody
Right.
does that.
right,
All these teams do that.
right.
You
It's
know, and then
stupid.
that's the
You know what I'm saying?
that's my
Right,
point.
but you don't have to
I-
see. This is why I like Brunson's game, even though, like y'all say, I agree with y'all about him pounding the basketball, but he'll go into that little area and he'll make that jump shot.
All right.
He's keeping it on the
Right.
game.
Little
when he
bank
make
shot.
that jump
Little
shot.
bank.
All
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
So Mel, who do you like?
Yeah.
And who do you like in the championship round? And thank you for calling.
I can't go against the floor. I gotta go OKC, the favorites, because Williams and Chet, they're too good inside.
So how many? And how many?
How many games?
I got OKC in 6.
Yeah, I got 6 games. Let me ask you, what's the format now? It's still 2
Same
2
thing.
1 1 1.
Yeah.
No.
2-2.
2-2-1-1-1.
I
Same
think
thing.
it's 2-2-1-1-1. Yeah, they keep
Mel, you
that.
still reffing?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not as much in the summer. I try to keep my knees.
Right.
But I did the semis. Eagle Academy went to the finals.
Oh, okay.
Then they lost. Then they lost to Jeff at St. John's,
Right.
Okay.
and they were down. The end of the game, down
I'll send y'all that game.
You got Kevin
3.
Godfrey in 5.
down 3.
OKC.
Uh-huh.
Eagle gets a rebound. This guy goes all the way to the hole off a rebound, down 3, and lays it up.
Oh shit.
At the end of the game,
All at the end of the game, Jefferson just took the ball out
Wow.
and let the clock run down. He had guys. You had to have a 3.
yes,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Yes.
Doing the J.R. Smith thing.
He took a layup and the ball went in. And next thing you know, and
That's right.
Wow.
now he's crying. He's over there crying. Come on now.
Wow.
I
what happens
watched the
when you gotta
game,
win.
but
That's
yeah,
what
that
you
was
gotta
I
bad.
was just about to
So,
say that. I was just about
Brooklyn's
to
a
say
You gotta
champ
win the
again.
game. What's
That's
going
tough.
on?
You gotta know that.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But that's happening in the
Right.
NBA too.
It happens
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah, it happens there.
You should never get caught with the ball in
Well,
your
yeah,
hand.
Mel,
With
thank
the
you
clock
for
running.
calling,
You
bro.
don't see the score. You
We
should
gotta
never.
get
Don't
you
know
up
the
here when you free. If you ain't got no game,
Yo,
you
tell
know,
them to do that all the time.
let us know.
Yeah,
when you here.
a couple in the summer, not much in the summer. But what that one of that last
I tell them
trivia
to do that all
question.
the time.
I don't know if y'all had said that.
Who? Say it again.
Games are hard.
The last trivia question. There's 3 teams. I'm sorry. There's 4 teams.
Yeah, we did that already. We
What?
did that.
You
one,
did
but
that
somebody,
one.
Somebody
Okay.
answered on
Okay.
somebody answered online. 4 teams with the letter S not in the end of their name.
Right.
So he was
Right.
wrong.
Yeah, we did that. We did that, and John Green didn't answer you, and the
Okay.
correct answer was the Heat, the Jazz, the Magic, and the Thunder.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but that was one
making
of-
it rain.
I think Coach got his trivia questions from you because he did that like 2 months ago.
I got a bunch of, I got a bunch of them. They come to me every day. These guys come up to me and say, I got one for you. I got one for you. And some of them are no good. Some of them are good.
Feel
Some
free
of them
to
are the
share
real
some with us,
chamberlain
man.
stuff.
Feel free to share some with us, though.
Yeah, man, we appreciate it. When you come here, bring them so you could dethrone the coach over here.
Yeah, it's all fun. Kurt and us, we all play ball together.
Yes. Definitely.
All right, y'all fellas have a good night.
All right, my brother,
Mel.
you too.
All right, have a good night.
Take care of yourself, brother.
All right.
All right, so
we coming down to the bewitching.
Shout out to
Ever.
Howard Goldman
Yo,
and John
don't make that.
Janowitz
Don't do
for
that.
watching.
Don't do that.
Ever.
Don't do that.
What's up, John?
Hold up. Can we wait to get the pay-per-view? Control yourself.
We can sign a deal right
Yo,
now.
Serge.
Yeah.
Todd is
all you
all
gonna-
over Mongo.
All you gonna hear is
Exactly right. You carrying that thing right there. That's what you're gonna hear. Going down the stairs. Going down the stairs with your bot trying to save your bot.
What Eddie
Because
Murphy
he don't
said?
want it to break.
Yo, what Eddie Murphy said?
Yeah.
My shoe. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. All right, so
I'll be like, cut the camera. I don't want wifey to see this. Cut the camera.
Now that they
Yo,
need,
Todd, I'm gonna give you a secret. What you gotta do is hit him in the chest.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Kurt. Wow, we supposed to be on the same page.
Look at that. Look at that. You see?
We supposed to be on the same page.
You
Yeah.
see? Look at
I'm
that.
just saying.
no man, never hit a man when he's down. So chill out, man.
If you were,
But
if you,
you know how many times he always say he know where to hit me?
Yeah.
You want to say, you know how many
I
times
just
he say
say,
that?
yo, how your ankle doing?
You know what I'm saying? He always want to talk about that. Like I don't know
How
his
your
weak
ankle
spot.
doing?
oh man,
I'm quite sure you take his glasses. You'll be able to have
oh,
that.
He won't be able to see
I'll be
it.
able to see.
yo,
Trust.
he be swinging
I'll
left
be
and
able
right.
to see. I got spider senses once I
It's
take
spider
these off.
senses.
Spider senses once I
Spidey
take these off.
senses.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
Sound like the
Other senses get highlighted when your one sense is shortened.
That's what they
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
That's what
that's
they
right.
say.
Yeah.
But that's what people, that has nothing to do with glasses.
Yes, it does.
No,
Trust
it
me.
doesn't.
Yes, it does. Trust me.
We're gonna find out what's the glasses break. All right. But anyway, so moving forward, the Yankees, they was able to bail out the game yesterday against the Dodgers, else I would have been
After
like,
that debacle.
right. That was a little rough over the weekend.
Yeah, I just gotta say, when the Yankees win, certain guys you hear them texting all
Oh,
over
please.
the place, man.
Oh,
Oh, my
please.
god, man. But when they lose
You
it,
don't hear
you
nothing.
don't hear nothing.
You don't
from
hear
it.
You don't hear nothing.
Y'all know who y'all are.
Well, listen, we also know the Dodgers are our daddy.
defending champs.
Be like, daddy.
Oh, my
daddy.
God.
Chance.
Yeah. I mean, I think Friday night game we could have had, but they let it get away. Saturday game, forget
Oh, that
about
was
it.
a beatdown.
Ooh,
That was a beatdown.
everybody.
I think the
What was
Mets.
that,
The
18
Mets go there
before?
tonight. didn't
Yeah, they play tonight.
They play the Dodgers.
Which
That's
is
fine.
funny because
Right
they was
behind each
who
other.
they played last night. They was-
Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
They shooting to LA
They play them tonight or they play them
Tonight.
Wow.
Tonight.
Wasn't that how the playoffs was? They played them in the NLCS, and then they played the Yankees, right? That's how it
Yes.
was. Yeah. That's
Oh,
how
the
it
Mets.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, in the playoffs last
Played
year.
them in the
Yeah,
NLCS, then they played.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
Okay, so
But we'll see what happens.
let's go Mets. Slow down them daggone Dodgers.
See, he's jumping ship already. See that?
There we go.
I'll never jump.
I ain't say you. I said him.
Oh,
So again, it's not a matter of so
He's protecting
So,
himself now. See?
it's not a protection thing, but it's a silly thing on your part. But so like
Okay.
the Pacers beat the mess out of the Knicks. Anybody rooting for the Pacers?
No, because they're not going to be.
yo, put this on me. Put this on me.
So
Tiny.
that's my question.
You pick
So
I ain't picking them, but I'm rooting.
So Indiana has no chance.
I'm
No,
giving them
they
two
have
games.
no chance.
Y'all feel they got no chance?
I'm giving them. Two
I ain't gonna
games.
say no chance.
They're going to win one game.
If you're
They're losing
playing,
in
if you're
five.
playing, you got a chance. If you play in the game, you got a chance.
If they both play to their potential, OKC is going to win. And wait, OKC was 29-1 against the East.
Yeah,
The only
they
game
lost
they
to
lost
Cleveland.
was to Cleveland.
Okay.
That was a fluke.
They beat everyone.
Well,
Did
this
the
the
Knicks-
play.
did
I
the
don't
Knicks
tell you,
beat-
regular
did the
season don't
Knicks
matter.
beat,
I'm just saying, like,
Knicks was
Right.
undefeated. I mean, was had no loss against Boston.
Yeah,
No wins against Boston.
none of those teams.
Right.
okay,
None of the
but
good
Boston
teams.
was hurt. That's why they won.
No,
Knicks is gonna win.
Not totally
Knicks
right.
is-
They
Boston-
was losing
They
the
shot
series.
themselves
If
They
out
was
of the
losing the
game.
series. Then they was
If
gonna lose the
Boston was
series.
healthy, they would have won.
They was healthy coming into the series.
They shot
They got
themselves
hurt. They
out
got
of the
hurt game. Well, they got hurt game
But
5.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
got
game
hurt.
5. They was gonna lose
They was
anyway.
like-
might have lost that game. They
Porzingis
was
was
down
hurt.
in that game,
Huh?
right?
Porzingis wasn't playing.
Right.
But they was down in that game when,
Okay.
when
Yo,
Tatum got hurt.
it's
I think they was
different.
down 8, right?
I
Eight or
agree with
nine.
you, Greg.
Yeah, they was down 8.
They was losing that game. He got hurt. They
I mean,
wasn't
They
gonna
shot
win that
themselves out that game.
And the way Boston played also, but they did have injuries more so
game.
than the Knicks.
Well, listen, that's part
Well,
of the
injury
game.
is part of the game.
That's part
but
of the game.
what
Next
if?
man up.
Right.
Next
Well,
man up.
That was our excuse.
That's what. Right.
As far as the Knicks saying they could beat Indiana last year, and it took them 7, and they didn't beat them. But then turn around this year, the Knicks are healthy,
And you didn't
and they
beat 'em.
couldn't beat them.
But a different
So
team.
now,
Right, it's a totally different roster, but
the
Not
Pacers,
too much.
The Pacers
I'm
are
talking
the
about the
last
Knicks.
man standing in the East, and I'm not rooting for them. All right.
Nobody roots for Indiana.
I don't think if the Knicks would have made it, they would have beat OKC.
No, I'm not.
Nobody's beat them.
I don't think
It
so
was a-
either.
Ain't no-
We
I-
just want to see them got to the final.
I said from the beginning, and I know my pick was down there. I said OKC winning the whole thing
Yeah.
from the beginning.
yeah, I think we all picked OKC except for the Knicks fans.
I'm a Knicks fan.
No,
You picked OKC?
we didn't say anything about the Knicks winning no championship.
Oh, okay. Y'all had them getting there though.
Yeah, we had. I had picked them to get there.
Oh, look, he's not sure.
I know I did.
Dave ain't sure.
It didn't even matter because just knowing what Tibbs do.
Right.
He didn't prove.
Right.
He proved me wrong to a degree because he
beat
got
Boston?
beyond the ceiling, right?
Okay.
But we knew he wasn't going to fail us totally.
Right. I had y'all. I had
So ask this question: is he on a leash next year?
I think he's on the hot seat just with the backwash from what's going on. I think he is, and I believe that they're going to stick with him because again, it would be the GM admitting that he made mistakes, and people would say, "Well, you gave up 5 number ones. That wasn't your only mistake. Your mistake was not really giving him a decent bench for them to play, even though he probably wouldn't use the bench properly, you know. But now it's a wake-up call, and if he don't use the bench, he'll be going by mid-season.
Who, Tibbs?
Tibbs, yeah.
What about the GM? You think he'll last the whole season too?
I do.
I think
he
yeah, I think
They'll get rid of Tibbs but keep him?
Well, it'll be up to the GM to make the call.
No, he can't fire himself.
No,
he's
President.
The owner can't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, he
No, I know he get fired Tibbs,
Right.
but I'm saying if he gets rid of Tibbs, what happens with him? Does he keep his job?
The GM can't fire Tibbs unless the owner.
Owner comes to calls. Yeah.
Yeah, he-
Well, the president really, makes those calls.
Yeah.
anyway. President operations makes those.
I think.
Hold on. Ain't that
Rose.
Patrick? Oh, it's not. What position Patrick got?
Patrick who?
Ewing.
Patrick
Yeah.
Ewing.
Yeah. What does he have?
He's
He
watching the game.
Yeah, he
No,
ain't got
no, he
position.
has a
No, we
position.
don't. No, we
He
don't.
doesn't have no position.
Yes,
Don't
What position Patrick Ewing got on the team?
don't believe what you see in those things all the time, bro.
Hey, yeah, you tell me. Look
Don't
it up.
believe
Look it up.
You ain't gonna find nothing.
They don't give nobody positions in the middle of a playoff series.
I'm looking it up.
He didn't have no
You're
position.
right about that.
Hey,
Yeah,
That's what I'm telling you. They don't give nobody no position
look.
in the middle of a playoff series. That would have to be at the end of the season.
They're not
And he
getting-
wasn't with them in the
Okay,
beginning
so
of the
they got him
season.
as ambassador.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's what John Starks is.
Yeah, they all that's nothing. He don't
Yeah, that's a
got no
high
job like
paying
that.
position.
Yeah, man. He's over
So
there.
when are they
He's
gonna?
over there selling cars on Queens Boulevard. Man, come on, stop.
He's just back. He's just back in their good graces. He's back in their good graces.
Right.
And what you call him was still mad at him.
Oakley.
When Oakley said if
Yeah,
you see
Oakley
him on
mad
the
at him
street,
'cause he ain't
yeah,
helping him.
because he never talk. He don't talk
Say
off
he
for
ain't
him.
speak up
Yeah,
for
he-
him. Right.
Yeah,
He said at least he's right.
because
though.
they
I'll
were
agree with
saying
him on that.
he was saying
You
how
really
bad
don't
it
get
is.
into that type of stuff.
Yeah,
No,
but that's
but-
him. You know,
But that's
y'all-
he
y'all-
should have. That was your war. Your
I know. I
dog
understand.
for
we
those
should've,
10 years
but
that
you
you
ain't never
did it.
really
No.
got into that stuff. You
I
never-
know.
Well, they always
Come
say
on.
you was always about himself anyway.
Right.
They always
always
said
say
that.
The thing about it is Ewing's been there long enough to say something now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a comfort zone.
But you can't tell me as a Knicks fan when during the playoff series when you see all the ex players there from Clyde all the way down
Right.
to
Oakland should be
Starbury.
there, right.
Why Oakley not there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's crazy.
Well,
And with all the diving he did in hard play,
long
he
and the
did on
short
that
of
court.
So it
it,
sounds
that,
like nothing's going to
that
change.
didn't help
Let's
them
go
win
and
nor
shift it up
lose.
to
No.
But I'm just saying,
But
well,
this is an organization thing, man. That's
Yeah.
a Dolan thing.
Let's
all right,
go change
y'all.
some of the
Well, listen,
franchises, so.
good
No.
show. We got to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody calling in, tuning in, all the folks out there. So, Todd, you can start off. Magnificent.
Mungo, I'll see you outside. But
Wait till the cameras. We got to sign the deal.
But as always,
No, that's going to be the advertisement on the highway, Tiny. That's going to be the advertisement on the highway.
All right, here we go.
as always, it's always a pleasure to come down here and talk sports with the guys, and especially with all the listeners and everybody chiming in. We appreciate you guys for taking the time out of your day to listen to us. Without you guys, we would just be here talking smack. So we appreciate you guys.
All right, here we go. The Relic, the Net fan.
The Knicks fans are the Dallas Cowboy fans of the NBA.
Oh,
that's it.
That's your Dallas fan right next to you.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
I'll get him with football.
All right, G Money. Let's go.
Good show. Great for everyone listening. Everyone have a great day. Peace out.
Coach
And you'll see him upstairs.
I want to thank everybody for taking the time to listen to us. And anybody want a piece of this action, I got 20 on Todd. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back next week. And there'll be a couple of games played by then. And thank you, Tiny, for sitting in with us.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Good to
sir.
have
Thank
you.
you. Appreciate the camera work. But
Yes,
Shout out to Ron Tyson checking in on the last minute.
Ron, what's up,
All right,
man?
So, hey, we'll be back next week.
We will?
For sure.
God willing.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Peace.
what's up.
It's a holiday. What holiday is it?
Jewish, Shaman, something. No, today.
Today and tomorrow.
Today and
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow is a Jewish holiday.
That's why it's gonna be 90 degrees.